Ready to go?
Yeah, just one sec.
Never helped it gets off Pokemon.
Yep.
Had to do that real quick.
Hey, thanks for the sub, Peach. Appreciate it.
Your noties are goofed, are they?
What?
Are your noties goofed on Twitch?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, fair.
I have them off for the stream so it doesn't go onto the audio.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair.
But I appreciate it, nonetheless.
Not a bother.
You're good to go whenever. Like, I'm going to talk to Peach for a minute. He's in chat. What's up, Peach? Thank you for sub as well.
I'll just finish this thingy real quick, and then I shall also be good to go.
Yeah, we can see you're really enthusiastic about today, Evan. You're so ready. I brought chocolate milk because my dad brought back the milk.
Oh, you're right.
Dragon joke.
Nice.
Chocolate milk and Pringles because I forgot to make dinner. Sorry, babe. Hope he's not hungry. I may tweet that I'm live.
Oh yeah, go on. I'll retweet it as well.
I'm just gonna write DND and just tweet DND. That's it.
It's good enough. What more does one need? Oh, just DND.
Just DND. That's it. Real ones will know, you know. Also, I'm not sure if CJ is moving or not.
No,
he's live. He's live. Okay.
You can see him blinking occasionally.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
CJ's been through a hard week.
I'm just tired.
All right, I'm ready to go. If everyone would be so kind as to roll me a d20.
I always love the good d20 starts. This is how I lose every time.
Christ.
Oh. Never mind. See you later.
Roll a 1.
So how do I know it's...
On the bottom left of the D&D Beyond thing, there's a little red circle. You can also click on that.
Yeah. Do that.
Which 3/7 needs Scarlet's Paradox mods.
Oh, Christ.
I haven't even went into Area 0 yet. I might do that tonight after D&D. I'll see.
That's better.
I have 2 things to do tomorrow.
Ominous music.
We'll see.
As things are developing. Oh.
I'm listening to Morrowind's soundtrack today.
Oh, very good.
Nice.
Actually, you should probably try to get some actual game music into the Roll20, so we can all have the coordinated music.
It won't pop up on stream anyway. It'll be.
Oh, okay.
I have everything muted just in case of DMCAs.
Yeah, everything I have is DMCA free anyway, but it's grand. Right, so we have a tie between Utherlock and Illithor. If CJ and Sinnot want to maybe share the recap?
Yeah, I mean, I guess best way to kind of start it. We're on stream, right? I can use my pointers.
Be live.
Hang on.
You can use your voice.
We're on this, right? You guys can see my arrows.
Yep.
People see my arrows. I know it's a cone if you have the extension, but yeah, cool. So my understanding what happened last session, and Sinnot, feel free to jump in if I've missed anything. We started here. We were in Castle Gregorich. We then decided to take an old cheeky teleport and went on this beautiful adventure down to the Adorial Tower, which is a mage tower, brought down by not Kai. Kai wasn't his name. It was Kasana, who you guys don't know, but I know. We then
go way back.
Oh yeah, way back. literally, like nearly a year ago. No, over a year ago, I'd say.
Probably.
We then took a trip across. I don't know what this lake is called because it's not named, but we took a trip across to Doran from the Adorial Tower of Mages. There was no one there for Utherlock to feast upon, so we had to get him some sort of food and travelled across to Doran, where we proceeded to go on trial. Utherlock made a decision
You
And
fucked it. To be honest about it, you fucked it.
well, that's what you think. It's not necessarily true. Maybe it was his plan all along. He is looking for a court with the king. We then met 4 small dragons and then a bigger blue dragon, and then we said fuck it and we'll hop on the big blue dragon, and we have apparently gone in this direction.
Yeah.
Have I forgotten anything?
Oh yeah, the
No.
volcanoes.
I think more
Yeah.
emphasis needs to be put on the point of you fucked it.
Yeah,
I
that
just-
part should be stressed, and then there's also the
not
fact that Evan
necessarily.
was extremely deliberately vague about whether what's his face, the ranger, died or dodged the giant flame. So
He said he
He's
was
mad.
alive, but close to death.
Here, I also
He
killed
didn't
an
look
extra
healthy
dragon or
anyway.
two. Can we put that in?
Oh, that's
I
true.
just
Yeah, you
find it
guys
really
did sort
funny.
of. There was a sort of a dual Darth Sidious moment with the dragon where you combined lightning to eviscerate the remaining wyverns, and several soldiers who were, I guess,
Chilling.
spreading out across the little would-be battlefield, but courthouse in all sincerity. But yeah, you guys hopped up onto the dragon as what's his name? Fucking General
Eric?
Bertol.
No.
General
okay.
Bertol calls the name Rathgul, and this ancient blue dragon swept you all away. And we left right as he told you. He was taking you all to Zingoth, the other side of the country, a volcanic region that, well, everyone make me a quick history check to kick things off.
I'm still annoyed about that. I still find that funny. The fact that I saw the map on Twitter and I was like, "Oh my god, wait, there's volcanoes and we're not going there." And you're like, "What do you mean? We just got there."
You're literally nearly there.
And I was like, fuck.
I'm so bad at finding these things for checks.
In the middle column.
They're alphabetical, if that helps.
You just outed that poor man.
That really does help.
Yeah, so most of you, what you've just heard of Zingoth is it's a volcanic region, probably comparable to a lot of Iceland in reality. But Valwara, you know a little bit more about it. You know it's not completely derelict, it's not uninhabited. It is just very small cabins around the place. There is one sort of geology / archaeological establishment in the middle. It's like a tower called Islandir, and there is a fortress at the entrance to it, if it should ever be needed to use as a stronghold, called Innis Morgul. You guys fly right over both of these and head all the way to the far side of things on what is essentially about a 10-hour journey for you. So it is the wee hours of the morning when you guys eventually land back on solid ground. The terrain is volcanic, for lack of a better word. Grey wastelands, the occasional illuminated river you can see, which you guess to be molten lava flowing from mountaintop to mountaintop. The region itself is huge. The valley is one of the biggest in Morrowind, technically speaking. The center of it, while it is a part of a valley, it is largely rocky, bumpy, hilly, and, well, the ground is obviously split in some places with rivers and not so much pools of lava. It does look like over the few thousand years this region has been active in tectonics, it does seem to be solidifying a little bit since probably, you'd guess, the calamity, 3,000-4,000 years prior to this was probably when it spawned into existence. But yeah, you guys fly all the way to the far side, where you basically land in what looks to be a makeshift camp with a sort of grander looking but small building, almost like a really, really small castle. And General Bertol, the 8-foot tall human looking person, hops off the dragon first and, I guess, helps you down if any of you require it. Otherwise, you may hop off yourself. And he kind of takes in the surroundings. Yeah. The size of the dragon and its wingspan alone did mean it was a little bumpy.
Did we get a long rest? Short rest?
You can take a short rest for sure. Definitely not a long rest though, unfortunately. Hard to take a long rest on the back of a dragon.
Considered I'm
But it
dragonborn,
is,
can I anyway?
No. Nice try though. It is pitch black outside. You can see, looking across the valley from where you're standing on the mountainside, there are dots of light from around it that are either small settlements, individual houses, or, as I said, the sort of rivers of lava that do flow through it. But as you all sort of hop down, Bertal turns to you all and says, well, I suppose make yourselves at home. It's been quite a journey. I suppose that's probably the first time for you all on Dragonback either.
You think?
Rest for the night. Yeah, I suppose. Rest for the night. We'll discuss things in the morning, but I would warn you, don't try and run off anywhere. This place is not unguarded. And he kind of gives you a bit of a wink and heads off towards the building. A small castle, we'll call it.
Off in the mountainside up here. This is where we are, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Does someone want to talk about what happened? Anyone?
I thought you
I'm
were
surprised.
gonna do...
I'm surprised no one has punched Uther.
No, I
This
stand
is
I
your
stand
fault.
with Uther, but I am glaring at him a little like, man, what the fuck did you do?
I feel like the
Well,
entire
the plan
time
isn't
everyone-
necessarily explained.
The plan was to...
Wait for the king to point us out, but if his royal guard points us out, it's the same equivalence, no?
No.
I want to just talk to the man.
That's neither here nor there. You fucked the plan. If you weren't clear about the plan, you could have asked us.
If I wasn't clear about the plan, why did you leave it all for my conversation?
I mean...
No one else stood up to the plate. You left the man.
I was right beside you.
It's not like you're gonna get me to talk to him.
I don't think
I
you
just-
have all
I
those
just
words in your
shrug.
vocabulary.
Yeah,
please.
I know.
So you just, for a minute, you keep writing down your little dictionary. Is it a thesaurus or a dictionary?
No, I call it a dictionary.
Okay.
It is
I
quite
start-
large though.
Pitching
So
my
mimicry.
tent,
First
I
time you've ever
guess?
said that.
Assuming we're not allowed inside the castle.
No, we'll sit out here. We'll...
Sure.
I mean, I'll wander towards it and see if I can get inside. I prefer to sleep inside rather than outside.
The front gate of it does not appear to be locked. As you touch it, the door does swing open a little bit.
Yeah, I'll walk inside the grounds.
Yeah, sure.
I turn to Illithor and ask, are you going to run?
Where?
You're the one that's always trying to bolt. I'm honestly asking you an honest question here. You're the one that's always like, I need an escape.
Yeah, I'm kicking myself. Maybe I should have not climbed on the dragon and tried to escape in the chaos.
Considering 4 of your turns were basically you trying to escape during the combat, I'm just genuinely curious. It's not like that didn't go unwarranted from me. It's like I was in the battle with you, and you continue to try and run.
I didn't try to run. I just kept it as an available option.
Every
just gave
step
yourself
you
a head
took
start in
was
case you
in the
needed to.
opposite direction to the fight. But yeah,
He just takes like, oh, that's because I'm a ranger. I need space.
Yeah, what he said.
we'll get them into fucking space in a minute. Is space a concept we
Why
understand?
space?
No, there's no space races here. Yeah, no. I guess I'll head inside as well. I'm following fucking Big Mouth.
Yeah, same.
Sure.
Yeah.
So stepping inside,
Group.
it's not so much a castle ground so much as just the building itself built into the side of a mountain. But what you do see is a large welcoming hall that is warm on the inside. Outside is surprisingly cold for being a volcanic region. The rocks cold to touch, even though there is sort of like a humid sense around the air. But inside the building, it's warm, it's cozy. There's fancy artworks decorating the walls. There are 3 doors. One to the left, one to the right, and one straight ahead. The one straight ahead is ajar and leads into what looks like a large, like a hall or like a grand hall, like where you'd be likely to eat, or where if there was any royalty or lords, they would probably spend most of their time. The 2 paths off to the left and off to the right appear to lead up these spiraling staircases to, from what the outside you saw, as 2 sort of smallish towers. You'd guess Bertol has gone up one of them.
I go straight down the middle.
Go straight down the middle into the
Into the big hall.
maid hall. Yeah.
Yep. I
It's
rolled a D3.
Fair enough. That's your decision-making process. I love it. So, stepping inside the Great Hall, long tables. It's not huge. It's not small, though. It's probably the biggest room in the building. There is what looks like a throne at the far side of it. A very fancy, ornate-looking chair, decorated with skulls and golden jewelry and stuff hanging off of it. Some gems encrusted here and there, but gold is definitely the primary color. The room itself is nobody's there, but there are torches along the outer walls, but they've been burning for a while, so it's a little dim. It's quite a dark look inside there, but it's
Can I
pretty
grab
nonetheless.
Imiter and say, don't steal anything right now? Just wait till tomorrow.
Disappointed.
I'll take it. Also, another one. Elithor, did you use your boomerang thing?
No,
I don't need to charge it again for you?
no, I didn't use it.
Okay, cool. Just before I do a long rest, I can charge it beforehand, like. No worries.
I'll go sit on the throne.
Fuck,
walk
I
up and
knew
you
it.
sit
knew
on the
he was going to
throne.
do it.
It is cold and very uncomfortable, and seems to be built for someone taller than you, and you're quite big.
Doesn't really suit
like-
you, Uther. I'm
Your
not
feet,
gonna
your
lie.
feet hang a little bit.
Yeah. I like try and make a butt impression on it. Like push down, you know.
It is the only resulting effect is your butt is a little sore. The sort of solid metallic / stone seat of the chair.
I think you
He's
should roll
not
an
the
athletics
most
for that to see how well
impressionable.
he does. Because there is a skill to it.
There's not really much he can do about a stone chair, unfortunately.
I don't know. If dads
I'll
have that
kinda
power.
Get up in frustration and kind of wander around. Do I find anything like of interest in this room at all? Like paperwork, anything to just tell me where the fuck I am?
There is a desk off to the side with some papers on it. The rest of the room, like the tables that looks like servants or soldiers would eat at, there's crumbs someone's eaten here in the last number of days. Not too many though. There's only 1 or 2 of the tables out of maybe 7 or 8 total have been inhabited on. You want to have a look at the desk?
Yes, please.
Make me an investigation check.
I'm great at these. Oh, I'm actually
Oh,
okay.
well, when you're on 19, sure. There are not many papers on the desk. There is what looks to be like a seal, like not the animal, like a leather wax seal. In case you were wondering,
My
There's a
brain
seal on
went
the table
straight
and you
to a
just
leather
brushed
wax
over that.
seal.
Like,
Like,
I just preemptively waiting for someone to make a joke if I didn't clarify.
oh,
So.
oh, like what?
Yeah,
Come
we
on,
go.
brother.
clarify, I wouldn't have made the joke.
There are a few papers though on the table. It looks to be like accounting related. Golds and silvers have been sent and taken in and transported, as well as what looks to be deeds for land around the Zingoth region.
Anything I could quickly sign my name to?
Nothing you could. Well, you could write your name over something, but no empty lines waiting for a signature, unfortunately.
Any locked like drawers down the side?
I
No locked
literally
drawers, it's
just
quite a
told
simple
Imiter
desk.
not to try steal anything.
I'm not stealing anything. I'm looking at things.
You also
Does he
told
Steal
Imitar, not
something,
you
I'm
there.
stealing it.
No books or no, just the kind of
No, it's quite a
nothing
bare
of. It's just
desk.
yeah, okay. I kind of and no food on the table.
No food on the tables.
Okay, I'll go and. How big is the table? Like where is like wide? Like wide? Like could I lie on the table?
You could lie on the table. Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's several of them kind of stuck together lengthways. On both sides of the room.
I
So
would like to.
Is it
very
like
long
Whiterun and
tent on
Skyrim
the
style
table.
room?
I was kind of picturing Great Hall and Hogwarts, but sure, White One works too, I guess.
Whiterun
Keep
seems
your
a little
pals
more
down.
like this region.
Yeah, I would like to pitch my tent on the table, please.
Please
Keep your
don't pitch
clothes
any
on.
tents.
Fucking- this
And
crawl's gonna wreck me, man.
that is where I shall sleep because no one has told me otherwise, and it's warm in here.
Can I discern any legitimacy about these lands? Are they actually being sold correctly, or are they fake, or anything like that? Like, is this a
yeah,
proper
make an investigation check or insight, one or the other. I'll let you choose.
insight, please? Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Giving them a once over and then a slightly more thorough look, they do appear to be legitimate. And notably as well, from the vague names and descriptions and directions and stuff like that on them, it seems to be expanding outwards from right about where you are. The land kind of being purchased like this towards the edges, newer dates on the deeds. It seems like either General Bertal or whoever is signing these deeds, or whoever is purchasing these deeds, is sort of expanding outwards. But they have quite a significant portion of the land.
I'll say it to the group then as a thing. It's like I think he's building his own like area or country of some sort. That's what I'm looking for.
After I've kind of
domain, realm,
yeah.
pitching the tents,
is
there like
region
pillars, like columns? You know, like giant columns holding up the roof.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. There's
like, I
there's a
can't
few
think
of
of
them,
the
right?
word, but the word is like written in the center of the map
Pillars?
multiple times.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking at the map. I'm looking at my character sheet. But thanks, Weeb.
Could
You're
I?
Is there just one door in and out of this place, or is there
Uh,
multiple?
Here we go. Here we go.
There is one
Waiting.
large sort of wooden door. It doesn't look overly sturdy. Doesn't look too flimsy either. It
Someone
keeps the
kick him out
heat
the
in.
window.
Could I potentially train off that pillar with my chains just before I go to bed?
Yeah, you can. It's very loud. It
Yeah, I
echoes
don't give a
throughout the hall.
fuck.
Chains on stone make quite an unpleasant noise, you would imagine.
Chains and whips excite me. Yeah, and then I'll kind of set up a little fire since I don't know where I can cook, and I'll just it's stone. It's not gonna burn anyway, and I'm gonna cook dinner for myself and anyone else that wants it, and then I'll go to sleep.
Question.
Is it guard or is it?
I'm currently trying to find where I've located this stuff in my inventory. I have some owlbear. I'll do some owlbear.
Can I get some? But at the same
I'm okay with
time,
Owlbear.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
can I while he's doing his chain nonsense, I'm gonna sit in the corner and read out of my collection of books, and I want to try and see if I can get any information from I have a book called The Great Calamity and Where They Went Wrong. I want to see if I
Oh,
can
sure.
read that, see if I can find any extra information.
Roll an investigation check.
Yeah, not terrible.
Oh, my thing's fucked. 11, cool. And roll me a... Let's go to the D... Wait, let me actually open up the thing real quick. 1 moment, please. True history, that's
Does
the
he
one.
learn words from reading the books?
No,
he
I'm
can
just
understand
reading it
words in his
myself.
head, but he can't say the words.
Okay.
Like he's not only capable of thinking in the words, he knows how
I
to
can
speak.
only speak. Like I can't. I only have trouble speaking words. I can like
Yeah.
read things and be like, oh, I know how that works, but I can't then speak it.
Okay, roll me a D8. Nat one. Interesting.
I am struggling to open this book.
The book bursts
No,
into
no, no.
flames?
When it's
No,
on
no.
when it's not on a D20, ones can sometimes be very good.
Huh.
Ones can mean more valuable information about bad things, or they can mean more valuable information about things that Evan didn't expect us to roll a 1 on.
Yeah, I know exactly what I'm going to bring out for this one.
I'm gonna put Prey, by the way, real quick, and then go look for him upstairs. I just don't want to see him naked in the morning. It's too much for me right now.
Valid.
Also, I tweeted something immediately at you, user, and then you immediately ate something.
Wait, what?
Huh?
My last tweet. Let's go check it.
Yeah.
It was literally like I
Oh.
tweeted it, and then you went, "Yeah, I'm gonna go eat an owlbear," like immediately. It's just like, you fucking son of a bitch.
That's gold. I'll link it in the Twitch chat for anyone curious.
It was immediate, like it was actually immediate.
Bingo.
Fuck's sake, I love it. Brilliant.
So, flicking through it, you're basically starting at the start of the calamity. What little you learn about it and how it came to be. Prior to the calamity, civilizations across Morindel were at an all-time high, a high they haven't reached since cities were so grand and so magically infused that there were a number of really, really famous cities that actually flew around the world. Entire cities on almost like upside down mountains, and they had like nesting places. one of which recently crash landed out of the sky, Cytheria on the map. But you learn of a series of events that occurred in one of these cities that led to... It's described as a portal being opened, but it's more of like an unclosable rift, and all sorts of eldritch horrors, forgotten fiends, ancient creatures. Yes, sir?
Question: do I know where this is on the map, or is it
Uh,
just
this
described
would
and not
be...
shown?
this would be somewhere on a floating city, so wherever the floating city was at the time, it is not described where.
Damn it!
But it would... let me have a
I
look
found my
at,
location of interest. I'm going over to look at the Cytheria thingy. It may not
Oh,
be
sorry,
the
Cytheria is on the map for
Cytheria,
sure.
Yeah,
Cytheria is
Cytheria.
just north of us.
Yeah, Cytheria is surprisingly close to you guys.
It may not be the place of that void or whatever, but it might hold information.
It's one of, I believe, 8 floating cities that were prominent during the calamity. There was
awesome.
probably more smaller floating settlements, but 8 cities that were like almost entire nations upon themselves. And Cytheria, even its ruins and what looks like parts of it missing, is still far greater than Doran's capital, which is one of the biggest in the world. But you learn about the creatures that crawl through this rift and basically set their seed across the world, and Marindo has never been the same since, even though the war was eventually settled. It lasted a few thousand years. Humanity was brought to the brink of destruction multiple times, but just refugees and prayers to the gods to save them eventually were heard, and it came to an unsatisfying conclusion, really, where the gods ruled that they and evil gods can't interact with Marindo without an equal but opposite response from the other side. So if good gods were to interact with Marindo, evil gods were allowed to interact in the same capacity. A divine truce, it was called.
That is really cool. Also, I'm putting that down in my notes that is one of my new places of interest.
Sator, what the fuck?
What?
I've
Yeah,
been crying in my hoodie for like 2-3 minutes.
What am I looking at?
I don't even want
Check general chat, boys. It's
Oh, Jesus.
I will. That is officially my new place of interest.
we're having different conversations right now.
Yeah, I am confused.
Fun fact: if you guys chose the other campaign instead of this one, you would have been exploring that.
In that.
Damn it!
That's where we would have been.
Can I still wander off and go have a look?
If you have a spare, let me do the math real quick. Approximately 2 weeks to get there.
No, like if we ever like go past it, like say for example we stop in that nearby town of like Coron or like anywhere nearby. If I have a quick sec to just everyone goes to sleep, I'm just like be right back.
Just take a dip into the city.
Even if it's just like to find the local library and steal a bunch of books or
make a quick say history check for me.
Another one. Oh boy.
Another one.
Ah shit.
6. Yeah, you haven't heard too much about the city other than it fell from the sky. The other 7 that were known were lost during the calamity or crashed into the sea, or one of them is known to be in the land of the elves somewhere west of here, up in the mountains. The flying city of Draconia crashed there. Whereas Cytheria just disappeared entirely, and it wasn't until about 30 years ago it just randomly fell from the sky during the night when magic kind of stopped working briefly, called the Spell Plague. But yeah, not much more than
my
that.
My question is then, like, do I have this location on my map? Or, like, can I, like, note this down on my map? Saying, like,
yeah.
This place could be interesting. Go visit here.
Yeah, the ruins would definitely have been marked on the map. It's quite, it's like probably one of the big history sites now.
If I ever go past it, I will wander off, regardless of what's going on. If I ever notice that we're wandering past it.
For context for like your characters, this would be the equivalent of like if we found Atlantis on Earth.
Yeah, that is huge. That like just the idea of like that void thing. I'm just like my brain went ooh. So many things.
So would I know where this is so I can
voted
do a
for the other campaign? I want to know.
For sure.
What did you say, Ian?
I just want to know where it is. So if I make a decision on
keep an
where
eye
we're
on me
going,
when I wander off.
I can go really far away.
Yeah, wise, very wise.
No, it's not.
you probably would have picked up bits and pieces here and there, the rest of you, about the archaeology and the explorers that have gone into there. They have barely established the perimeter of the city. It's just so large and so treacherous that over 30 years, they've barely made a dent into it.
I think based on where we want to go next as a group should be based on how many dragons we helped kill.
So you have the decision, is what you're trying to say?
I'm not putting that
No
out
idea
there,
where we
but the
want to
person
go.
that's killed the most dragons, you know?
You don't know what I've done in the past. You don't know what I've
I
eaten
was gonna
in
say,
the
fuck
past.
that. You don't know what the shit we've done. Fuck that.
You're a healer, you ain't done shit.
My
I
question
tell
is
you
like,
you were going to die in that last fight.
Here's a fun
Act
fact.
like this, I'll get another half pint
wait,
on.
isn't Ian not the one that I know he helped kill them, but he's not the one that killed it. Who
Well,
was the
yeah.
one that actually killed the original one?
Me.
Well,
If we're being
Oh, was
extra
it? Oh.
pedantic, none of you have killed a dragon because they were wyverns, not dragons.
Yeah, I was.
I
was
mean,
gonna say, 'cause I
okay,
know-
right, yeah, Evan. Right. Did I
Oh,
find
you
a bed
get a
upstairs and can I go for a long rest now?
We
Yes,
can get a half
absolutely.
pint each
Cool.
if we
Yeah,
just
I'm gonna-
group up
I'm
and
gonna
take
pitch-
down Ian.
That's
No
half a
murder
level.
hobos. No murder hobos.
No murder hobos, yes. This is purely hypothetical.
I haven't murdered any hobos.
So,
How many
is there
have you
anything anyone
know
would like
of?
to do before bedding down for the night? Or
I
tabling
prayed.
down for the
I've
night?
done my nightly
I just-
pray.
Are we
Yes, sir.
staying in this like room, dining hall?
You can try and find a bed if you wish.
I'm just gonna stay in the dining hall with you, sir. I'm just gonna pitch my tent and crawl into it.
Fair enough.
Is Ian still going upstairs?
I found a bed upstairs.
I'm
Did
just
you-
Join me if you
reading
want.
my book.
I'm warm.
Did you go up
Right,
to the
that-
left or to the right?
Right.
You went up to the right. You did not find a bed up that side.
Oh,
As you travel up, you found a locked door at the top of the stairs.
I turn around and go left.
You turn around and go left, and there you will find two beds, two large, four-poster, very comfortable-looking beds.
Yeah, I'll just shout
Never-
down that there's a free bed up here and just go sleep.
I'm
Curl up
gonna
into a ball
keep
of
reading
mist.
that book because it looked like it had like very valuable and interesting information.
Sure thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in the room with these guys, but cast alarm on the only door and the 30
Wise.
feet proceeding to it.
Yeah,
So that we get a nice warning with an audible alarm for everyone to hear if anybody enters in the next 8 hours.
that's a good decision.
I mean, just a quick one out of character. We did not check any of the check anywhere in this room for secret passages. Now, in character, I go to sleep.
True. All right. So you may all mark down a long rest after a hard day of fighting. Hit points regained.
Back downstairs and we
no,
meet General
I'm not-
Berthol somewhere.
I'm not on 5 HP anymore.
I didn't take any damage.
All of my damage was healing Ian with life transference.
To be honest, I did fight two
Um,
dragons in fucking
How
combat.
triggered will Ian get if I mention I also didn't take any damage?
That's because you were in the fucking stands, you fuck. Fucking
I
spectating a sport.
magically did not take damage somehow. I was surrounded by 3 dragons.
'Cause they were all fucking aiming at me, you fucking big satire
No,
fuck.
you had 2 dragons. I had 3, but the other 2 assholes beside each other.
No, we had 4 dragons total. There was 2 on me, 2 on you. Or wyvern, sorry for Evan. I can see Evan's happy. little
I'm
face
talking about the
in
big
corner.
blue ass dragon as well. That
He
dude
was
came
friendly.
down.
He was friendly.
Not necessarily. He was friendly because I said I would get on his back.
That's how dragons are considered friendly if you can ride them.
That's how humans are considered friendly as well.
Oh my god.
Well, that's a different story altogether, Evan. You're going out asking if you can ride people to see if they're friendly. That's on you. Clipped, shipped.
Sent to Twitch.
Sends to me, girlfriend.
Yeah, immediately.
Right.
Pinecon, here
all
we go.
Late in the morning, by the sound of. At first, it sounds like something screaming in a really deep voice, and then it kind of fades a little, and you realize it's actually just the dragon outside yawning. It is still outside, chilling in the what would be cold, but is surprisingly warm this
Mild.
morning. the sun shines through the stained glass windows behind the throne, lights up the hall, and it's got a warm light to it for the first time in a few months, as it is just the sort of starting month of spring.
Usual scenario: up, naked aerobics, train against the pillar.
Fair enough.
I wake up to the sound of the chains.
Yep, yeah, you do.
I'm gonna wake up to that sound and just go back out into the entrance, sit next to the wall, and keep reading my book because I don't exactly. My character may not know exactly what he's looking at, but he is not interested in to continue looking at it.
Very fair.
So I wake up and I like start crawling, and all I can hear is chains like slamming and like echoing in the room. And
Yep.
I like look at you. I like just peek my head out of my tent, and I'm looking at you through just slamming chains into a wall. And I cast tomography and just scream because it makes my voice 3 times louder than it should be, and I just scream at him.
Thaumaturgy.
Just like knock it off, and I just go back, get back in the tent.
And I'm guessing since all this happened, I'm still asleep, so Weeb has set off the alarm. So on top of all this,
there's an alarm going off. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're like, leave me alone. I want to read my book.
Upstairs,
I need to
Kagra
pray
and
more.
whoever else got into a bed are awoken by all of this commotion downstairs as well.
I don't really care. I'm just gonna get up and go. Like, I've come to the conclusion that we are a group of misfits.
Yep.
And I'm stuck here. I can't.
Welcome
I
to
can't leave them.
D&D.
Yeah.
Since Weeb and everybody has now woken me, and Weeb is not dead in the hallway where he's reading his book, I guess I'm gonna walk past him and see what it looks like outside in the daytime.
Yeah, it's despite the sun shining through the window, in the next few minutes, as you guys get up and this commotion comes to an end and you step outside, there is a sort of an overcast glare that takes over the sky. Darker looking clouds as well, just the volcanic terrain seems to have an effect on them. A lot of the ground, dark greys, black, looking off across the valley. It's quite a sight to behold. Not like anything you've really ever seen before, but at the same time, it is a bit creepy looking. And nearly no vegetation can be seen. There are patches here and there of what seem to be resilient flora trying to retake the land, but to little or no success. There is what looks to be actually one sort of, you could even call it a woods, over to the left of Islandir, but other than that, rocks, small settlements, like very, very small hamlets, if you even will, and
So
the odd stray house.
We're looking at County
Yeah.
Clare.
Yeah, pretty well. County Clare, if maybe it took inspiration from Mordor at the same time.
Claire door, got it.
Claredor, perfect.
Oh,
or
God.
Morair.
More
Mayor?
air.
Mayor's not a bad one, actually.
Mayor. Mayor.
I presume
But-
this dude shows up at some point.
Yeah,
right?
I was about to say, as what's his face looks outside, the indistinguishable sound of a key turning in a lock opens, and footsteps come down the stairs, and you see General Berthold in what can only be described as pajamas and a nightcap.
Nice.
As he comes down, they're very ornate looking blues and golds, as he kind of does a sleepy look over you all. Well, what's gotten into all of you this morning?
Any iconography on the sleepy clothes, pajamas?
Is it like Scrooge? Like the
yeah.
nightcap and the really long kind of gown, the white kind of thing with the frills at the bottom?
That kind of a thing for sure, yeah. There is
Okay,
some iconography actually on the cap and on the pajama bottoms. They're like dotted around them is this what looks like how to describe this? Like the horn of a ram twisted and actually broken at one side.
Is it potentially the horn of a dragon?
No, it looks very much like a ram's horn.
Okay.
Or like a ghost
Twisted
or
and broken on one side.
yeah. But he kind of looks around at all of you and says, "Right, well, I guess I'm up." Clicks his fingers and his clothes change into somewhat decorative-looking armors. And he holds a scepter in his hand as well, which he sort of almost uses as a walking stick as he march marches into the throne room and looks at you all as he passes and sits himself down on the throne and gestures for you all to sit or gather around.
I look. Does he noticeably notice that I tried to put a butt impression in there?
You notice him like shift uncomfortably. You're not sure if it's because of that or
No, it is. It 100%
it's just
is. It's all me. It's all me, boys.
fair enough.
I
fair
got
enough.
this.
He looks across you all and says, "Well, what have you to say for yourselves?"
Hold on. You have a fucking dragon.
Yes.
Yeah, let's start there.
Yeah, like there's things that everyone kind of has and does, and things happen story-wise, blah blah blah. Dragon.
Dragon.
How the
You're focused
fuck
on
did
the
you
dragon
find the
still.
dragon?
It's been easily 18 hours since you've seen this dragon, and you're still fixated. Fine, I get it. Wrathgul is great. I
No.
sort of have
What do you mean
agreements.
fixated? It's a fucking ancient dragon, bud.
You're not wrong. It is an ancient dragon. One of the oldest, I believe, on the planet.
That thing could be my
but-
dad.
Yeah, Wrathgul has been graciously at my side throughout the thick and thin of things. But maybe that'll give you a little bit of an indicator as to what exactly I am and what I do. You see, I orchestrated this. This was all me. I needed the bastard prince to be on the throne. And in some sort of a blind stupidity, you've ruined it. And now I want you all to make it right for me.
You
Well,
So
in
what did you
defense,
say?
He didn't do anything.
Was that
Well,
only
you
just
were
one guy?
all
Like,
You were all privy to it. None of you stopped him. None of you corrected him or anything of that sort.
see, if you didn't argue with me earlier, Uther, and said that, we would have got away with it. You didn't get it. That's pointed directly at you and Evan, by the way. This isn't character stuff. This is used to, you fuckers. Look, you want us to go kill the king? You want us to do that? You have a dragon. You don't need us.
Oh, that's not what I need. You see,
Shit.
what I need belongs to the king. It's why I needed the bastard baron on the throne. I needed him to possess something that only the king can possess. It's a
So
key.
this is like
if you
Dragonheart
will.
Oblivion stuff. Okay, cool.
What's
It
the
is
key
a
for?
key. It unlocks a, I suppose you could call it a doorway in the private chambers of the king in Castle Blackwood, where or Castle Blackkeep, excuse me, where beneath it there is, well, a series of tunnels that lead to an artifact that was hidden down there long, long ago that I greatly desire to get my fingers on.
Approximately how long ago? About 30 years?
No, much older than
Ah, I
that.
see.
Several thousand at the earliest.
Are you going to destroy the world with it?
No, I promise I won't.
What is it
But if you have this
Do I
artifact that
believe
can
him?
destroy the world, you could probably
Make
just do
it
it
right.
anyway. Like.
Do I? Before we go anywhere, do I believe him? 15.
He seemed pretty convincing.
So what do
Okay.
you want to do with the artifact?
Well, it is very special to me. This is an artifact that, after all, I was willing to overthrow a monarchy to just get my fingers on, install a false king, and, well, willing to trust this.
So he is a false king.
Oh, well, yes.
Oh.
That is,
You got
from
yourself
public
there, Evan.
knowledge,
You're
though.
fucked now.
yeah, for sure. Listen, you're welcome to refuse my offer. I'll leave you here. You may make your own way home, or you can fight your way out of Zingoth. I'll probably have a week or two's head start on you to get to the capital, if you're planning on running to warn King Fala, that is. Should you take your time, it's most likely a rebellion will be successful in the meantime with my influence over it and, well, the dragon, the small factor. However, if you do choose to assist me in this method, or rather do it for me while I sit here and enjoy the festivities, I will see to it that
We
King
get
Fala
land
will
and-
remain on the throne. You will be rewarded with as much money as you could possibly want, as well as no ill will on your names across the capital. Because right now, despite you being cleared of the regicide of the king in most of the country's eyes, you are the individuals that sort of sparked this little rebellion that's been going on for the last few hours in the capital.
Oh, a rebellion.
So reading your
Yes.
stuff that you left on the table stupidly and to a group of people you barely know, you're
Mm-hmm.
building yourself a region to combat the capital.
More so, I have an agreement with the bastard prince that should he become king, I am to be the ruler of the Zingoth region.
And I'm guessing
And,
he's currently staying in a Smorgasbord.
No, he is elsewhere, actually. I am not... I'm afraid I'm not able to discuss where he is, but what I can tell you is that I had a contingency in plan should the coup fail or should the prince die. That, well, if I can't conquer Zingoth through good old regicide, I'll just do it the capitalist way.
Fair enough.
Throw money at
So
it?
how would you get us to Doran to get this key?
I could fly you there. I could have, I suppose I could ask around and see if someone could bring you there. But if you're going through with that, I will need you all to make blood oaths to me that you will see it through.
What if I don't have blood?
I'll make a different kind of oath with you, but trust me, it will be fulfilled. Upon pain of death.
That seems kind of hot.
It seems a bit much, yeah. Blood oaths aren't really like kosher. It's a bit haram.
So you need us to just get the key, not necessarily overthrow the king. But you
Yes, get the key and retrieve the artifact if possible, is what I'm getting at here.
the artifact. And what does said artifact look like?
It is, well, akin to what you see on my, or saw on my pajamas. It is,
Oh, it's a broken ram horn. Well, if you
Yes.
tug hard enough, I think one of these might come off, and it might give me a little bit of a buzz.
Is it a cornucopia?
Unfortunately, not quite. You see, it belongs to, well, an old acquaintance, neither an ally nor an enemy of mine, a demon prince called Orcus, which is actually, it was his once upon a time.
Wank.
What does it do?
Can I roll history on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyone else want to roll with me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good thing someone else is doing it too.
Hey, let's go.
Good shit, imitator.
Do I
Imitar
know this, Evan?
Orcus.
Mm.
You could,
No, CJ.
Oh,
CJ
CJ.
to you.
Like,
I'm gonna send you a message.
yeah, that's fair. The rest of you are probably catching on right now. I like to sow seeds early for future plot lines, and CJ, being here a little longer, has seen some of these, shall we call them foreshadowing things leading towards this?
Yeah, I won't
Like
spoil.
the fact that he's
it's just
probably not
sometimes-
human.
Well, yes.
Can I just have the dragon as my dad and I'm happy?
Oh.
That's
No.
the twist at the end. It turns out the dragon is your dad, and that's it.
No,
It's
his
just a
mom.
story of father and son coming together to overthrow the capital, you know?
So what is this thing?
So, Orcus is one of the more prominent not prince of demons, demon lords. There's only one prince of demons, and it's not him. But there are demon lords that are basically feudal rulers of portions of the abyss, the demon's home, the separate plane. Orcus is probably top 3. He is often called the Lord of the Undead, or Prince of Undeath, the Blood Lord, the Master of Vampires, or the Goat-Horned Demon.
So
He's
Satan.
also not quite Satan. Satan's more of a devil, but Satan's more of a myth as well. People don't know if he exists. People absolutely know Orcus exists. This
Okay.
man is this is not really a man. He's a demon. Let me drop a picture in.
And out of a
general.
like just general curiosity, you said he was your acquaintance.
Oh, well, I've met him once or twice. Yes.
So...
And
For, like, coffee?
And like, how is he? Like,
Cup of
that's
tea?
a bit of a statement. You've met the 3rd highest powerful demon. Like, that's some sort of
he's
magic shit.
ill-tempered at the best of times would be a great way to describe him.
And what were you doing meeting with him? Making your deals to get the Zingoth?
We can call it that, sure.
Hmm.
Not specifically Zingoth, but I have my fingers in a lot of pies, shall we say?
I'm gonna ask a question, Evan.
Uh-huh.
Does blood... So, from being a cannibal and from butchering a lot of people,
Uh-huh.
does it look like there is blood flowing around his veins? You
You
were talking a lot about necromantic shit and undead shit. Does it look like he is alive?
he has warm body temperature. And
Okay.
well, there is color in his skin, although he's a little pale. He's not like vampiric pale.
Okay.
Ooh,
I could eat him, is what you're saying.
I got an idea.
Potentially.
I got a really weird idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna throw the fucking.
Two things. Channel Divinity, turn to Fateless.
What does that do?
Could you turn the Faithless into chat if possible, or copy and paste or read her out or something?
That isn't what I wanted it to do. Display in VTT.
Ah, perfect. Yes. Oh, badge word of action. You do see him wince.
Ooh.
Okay, so do me. Just so you know,
Ooh,
just so
we
you
got
know,
something.
just so you know, so do me and Uther. Thanks.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
know,
true
but
as
you,
well,
I don't
yeah.
care about you two right now.
Yeah.
There's
So
another
he
thing.
is either Fey Fiend or Undead, right? Is that what that says? Fey Fiend, Undead?
Fey or Fiend.
Oh,
Wouldn't that mean
so
I'd do it as well?
We have to make a way. What do we? It says we have to make
You're
a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, make wisdom saving throws. It gets awkward, but yeah,
for
we can
Christ's
go
sake.
for it.
This is a magical effect, right?
Wouldn't
is,
I have
yeah.
to do that as well?
Yep,
Or
you do
what
indeed.
is it?
Nat 20.
You're
I
fine.
hate you. I rolled a nat 1 and a nat 20. Holy fuck.
Wisdom saving throw, right?
Yep.
So wait, is that considered?
Oh, that's
offending?
shit. Fuck.
You are turned.
Yeah. So this is getting this gets awkward.
It's only for
your
1 minute.
allies,
It's only for 1 minute.
yeah, they
Yeah,
spend
but
that running as far
they're-
away from you as they can. For that
That's
1 minute.
Shit, wait,
so for
do I
every
need-
6 seconds, he runs 35 feet away.
Yeah,
As
well,
does Imitar.
Yep. Good thing I'm already out of the room.
So you might want to close the door so he can't leave.
No, he will
Well-
open the door. He will do whatever it takes to leave. That's how that works. That's
Also, they
what-
kind of have a head start because unless you're closing the
Yeah.
door before you do this, they're out
Yeah,
of
so
there.
we're like bolting towards the dragon. Nice.
He
Oh,
clicks
yeah,
his
leaving.
fingers.
Valwara, you are also a satyr, so you get advantage. We get advantage on magical effects.
That's
Or
true.
do I just roll it,
Just roll it
Maybe
again.
not.
Yeah.
I don't.
You should be
Okay,
fine with
we'll
that,
take
I think.
19.
We'll
Yeah.
take that.
So am I the only one
As-
that just immediately starts bolting
As
for the
Imitar
door?
starts to run, I just grab him by the back of the neck and just hold him. He's not strong enough to run for me. Like
I see this. Can I punch him, please?
me or
Yes.
Imitar?
Imitar,
Why?
because
Sure, knock
you
you out,
drop
right?
the effect if you take
Oh,
you
damage.
take damage.
Oh, if you take damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Do I have to roll to hit, or are we just
Nah,
gonna? Yeah,
I'll
okay.
let it hit. He's
Free
grappled.
hit.
and restrained,
I'm
yeah.
holding them for you for fuck's sake.
I'm only looking to do 1 damage. That's it. If
Yeah.
even.
So
I have
Imitar,
to
you take
take
1
one
damage
damage
and the
then?
effect ends on you. You snap out of it. And
I roll my eyes. Now look who's making mistakes, and then I kind of look at him. So you're going to get us to go to get.
Hold
the
on, we just
key
figured
to
out that
stop-
he is a Fey or a Fiend. Can I not ask him a question now?
There's no. I look at you. There's no point in asking him a question. We all knew he was something other than a human. Look
Well,
at the man.
we've-
He's 8 foot tall.
We've broken it down to Fey or Fiend now.
Well,
Well,
he's
I mean,
obviously not a Fey.
I can elaborate and tell you I'm a devil if that helps.
Yeah, it helps me.
Okay, yeah, that helps.
Yeah, that helps. This is... Right.
And I'm
gonna,
assuming
like-
this is not your true form, but more of a form that helps us recognize that you're normal.
I find humanoids
Um,
don't negotiate well with creatures that look like devils, but unfortunately, I can't make myself smaller. This is as humanoid as I get.
That's pretty hot.
Gotta-
So you're hypothetically just asking us to do a little heisty-weisty and then get back to you.
Pretty much, yes. Bang on, in fact.
Right, and then
A two-parter, if you will.
oh, I love a good 2-part. And where perhaps would we find this key?
The key, at all times, is around the king's neck on a chain.
For Christ's sake.
Alright,
So you
make
mentioned
this
you wanted an
easy.
audience with the king. Well, you'll get it.
I don't think I specifically said that.
alright.
And you specifically want the king left alive.
Oh, I'm not picky.
Well, he's a devil. Do you think he's picky? If he
Can-
really wants the king alive, we can kill him and then he can just bring him back.
Is your
They
name
do weird
actually
shit.
General Barthol, or what's the story here like?
What are you saying?
Oh, what's your name like? Because it's not General Barthol if you're a devil, like.
We can use that name for now. I've had many names over the years. It's probably most simple and less confusing if we just roll with that.
So if I call you Spongehead, that's alright.
I just won't answer.
I'm trying to get a reaction out, but it's not working.
Could you potentially give me a name that I might recognize? As you know, I'm not from this plane.
I'd rather not.
I don't like you. But I like you. It's a weird. You turn me on and turn me off. It's very quick.
Okay, can we stop the back and forth flirty stuff going on here and just go, what does the artifact do for you that will affect us in the future?
To be quite honest with you, nothing. Most of you will be able to continue living your lives as if nothing changed.
You mean most of us, as in like the greater humankind here? How much
Yes.
death?
How are we on the blood oath? Because not a big fan of things that can kill me.
Don't break the blood oath and you'll be fine. In terms of the greater humankind, expected casualties, probably less than 100. No, you know what? Definitely less than 100. I'll be sure to evacuate Zingoth before I do anything.
Ominous.
And there's something below Zingoth you're looking for before you blow it up, or?
No, not quite.
Are you trying to reactivate the tectonics?
No.
That could be fun.
Could be fun though.
So you're saying the key is kept underneath the king?
Yes, the key is around his throat, and it leads to a sort of series of tunnels that are not, well, it's impossible to access them through teleportation or the likes. It's only through this one doorway.
Which is located where, actually? Because that would be pertinent. We might get lost. We're not
in
very
the private
smart.
chambers of the master bedroom of Castle Blackkeep.
Are you familiar with chess, Mr. Devilman?
Quite, yes.
What piece are we?
I think that much would be obvious.
Pawns,
of course. Yes.
I'd rather be a knight. Can I do that?
If we're so
I'll allow it.
easily disposed of,
fancy,
why would we agree to a blood oath for pawns?
Well, because your alternative is we part ways. You have to fight your way out of Zingoth past demons, devils, and fiends alike, and I make my way to the capital to do it a different way. Sort of testing your moral compasses, I suppose.
Parchment. Right, parchment, shears, pebble. You let us go if I win.
Boulder, parchment, shears.
Whatever it is, I just made it up. I didn't actually know that's the thing. Thinking myself, but I'm glad it's actually a thing. But if we win, we go. If we don't, we oath. But maybe not blood oath. I'll do a paladin oath or something, but not blood.
Ooh, an oath breaker.
I will.
I have oaths to be an upstanding citizen. Like it's harder for me to do a blood oath in the opposite direction.
Well, I do love a little bit of trickery. You're not getting out on the toss of a coin.
It's not a coin. There's 3 sides.
There's 3 sides, but it's also possible to draw, which is just a re-roll until it lands on one of the 2 that I don't choose. Fundamentally, it is almost the exact same as a coin toss.
I was going to go fire anyway.
What I'm hearing is fist fight.
I'm not
You're welcome
fighting
to try
a fucking
that
devil.
either. I can guarantee that won't end well for you.
I haven't even hit a milestone yet. Relax. Would that count as a milestone if I won?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Without giving too much away.
Final boss vibes.
It'd be a milestone to end milestones if you beat him in a fight.
We'd probably go up like 4 or 5 levels. Let's be real here.
I cannot stress enough right now how much I regret climbing on that dragon instead of taking my chances alone.
That was just a luck test. I was gonna, if I got that 20, I would have went for it.
Take off my backpack, go inside my tent briefly, and then I will come out. But I would like to attempt to take the guard skin and the guard meat and pour a small bit of blood into a vial.
He watches you do so.
No, I'm in my tent.
Oh, he watches you do so.
In my tent?
Yes.
Man's a devil. Man can see through shit, man.
No.
This is Emperor, fucking Emperor
Unless
Palpatine
you
right
can-
now.
I don't know, unless you can see heat or something. You can see you doing it through
No, it's not.
One might say it's tremor sense.
But that doesn't mean he sees me do it. That means he can
Well,
feel where I
senses it.
He
am.
senses it. It's a perceptive ability.
Can I feign a fall while I do it to tremor the floor?
You can.
Just collapse.
That's perfectly fine.
I
I like
I'm
walk. I
joking,
walk.
like-
I want to try and conceal that. I don't know he does this. I want to try and conceal that blood in my hand to pawn it off as my own.
Oh. Okay, well, make me a sleight of hand check.
I get advantage on these.
Fair enough.
that one.
2016. Fuck, that's not good enough.
All right. Take it out. You hold the vial. How are you running this?
Well, obviously there's some sort of ritual to the blood oath. I would know that much. I'm pretty sure I've done something along these lines before. Whenever the ritual starts, I would like to try and just just pop the cap and like make that be my blood. Like I'll slice my own palm open, but instead of slicing my own palm, I'll like pop the cap off, draw it, and then drag the vial away. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I get you. All right. Well, as you come out of your tent, and he looks over you all. Well, are we
I'm
ready
prepared to do it.
make commitments?
I
Also,
can commit to the plan, but I don't think I could commit to a blood oath without something in return.
You're getting plenty in return.
We don't die.
You don't die, and you become rich as shit. What more do you want? In fact,
We have an assurance
if there is
that
something
if
else you desire instead of riches or land,
I want your dragon.
perhaps it could be arranged. Dragon, unfortunately, is not my deal to break, so I cannot give that to you.
Does it have eggs?
It's not.
in terms of this blood oath,
Not that I know of.
is simple failure going to result in death or only betrayal?
To put it simply, failure will result in death, but not as a result of the blood oath. If you're caught trying
Okay,
to
so
steal a
he's gonna
key
kill us,
from the
okay.
king, the guards will slaughter you on the spot.
Okay,
And if you
but
are
if we
caught, you will
come-
be executed.
If we come up with a plan, it doesn't work, we fail, we don't instantly die.
Oh no, you'll be given ample opportunity as long as you keep trying.
Right.
Basically,
Yay.
don't give up until
Basically,
you
as
have
long
it.
as we're not
Your
actively going
opportunity.
against his plan, type of thing. I'm guessing.
Precisely.
I just quick question. Because he is a devil, what languages can he understand?
Infernal is the language of the devils primarily, but some of the more powerful devils would probably know the likes of abyssal or
Ah, okay, never mind.
other creepy
How-
languages like that as well.
I will
I
not.
want to ask a slightly more meta question here.
Mm-hmm.
What are my chances of getting out of Zingoth using primeval awareness to avoid as much conflict as possible?
Big ass dragon, buddy.
Quick. There is a
Yeah,
big
you're
ass
gonna have to-
dragon.
You're gonna have to get
and I
past the
have a-
dragon outside the door.
Well, he said we were free to try.
Yeah,
doesn't mean the
yeah,
dragon's
if-
not just
Everything
gonna
else will kill
turn
us.
you to ash.
Like,
You could definitely use it to assist yourself.
as in how, like,
It
of
would-
our
it would
knowledge,
definitely
Zingoth,
help.
How teeming with things that are going to kill me is it?
Not in the
So I can
in the
sense them
immediate
up
area
to
around you. No,
I can sense them within a mile of me,
within a mile, so about
or within
3
6 miles
squares.
of my favorite terrain. So if I found like a forest, I assume I
So
would be pretty safe.
you can sense
well,
about
you know.
this far. That little circle, that's the radius of which you can sense. There is scattered presence of. Wait, do you get the type? Let me double check this. You can sense whether the following type. You sense that
No.
some of the creatures listed there are within a mile of you.
Okay, so I'm already like, well, I know he's there. I
Yeah,
can't
you know
tell
he's
how
there for
many
sure.
So
I
it's, yeah,
don't think you can tell
definitely
how
going off
many,
right now.
but the
our
presence you feel is
location.
very strong.
Yeah, I think I'm dead if I do that alone. So unless anybody's up for
I'm
sneak
more worried
mission,
about catching a disease if we all put our blood together, to be honest.
I
Did you say that out
riddled
loud?
with them.
I mean, you're the crossbreed here.
To be clear,
Dare you? Holy shit!
Oh!
That's harsh, man.
Oh, dear Jesus!
You're never getting another fucking electrified boomerang again, you fuck. Also, I'm immune to disease, so that was literally a joke, but ow, man.
Satyr takes 3 points of psychic damage.
Like, it's super effective
Not
too. I'm in
Tigra,
shock.
Satyr. Bertol looks to you all and says, to be clear, the blood ritual is more of a bloodline ritual. If you continue your whole lives trying to fulfill this and you have offspring at some stage in the future, your children will be obligated to continue this on if it is not accomplished.
I don't know how many children I have. I stare off into the distance.
Trying to count, or
I don't know. He's just staring off into the distance. God only knows what's going through his head at this point.
I'm gonna reference back to that image I put in general earlier.
Imitar, are you saying that?
Can I say that question that I sent to you? Obviously, no one here would be able to understand it, so I didn't bother saying it out loud.
Yeah. So you hear Imitar sort of speak these harsh, garglish, guttural words, and Bertol looks to him for a second and thinks, and says something back similarly. I'll write you what he says.
Thank you.
Well, I'm just gonna put it out there for the group. Like, if we fail, we're probably dead, and
if we succeed, we're probably dead.
Yeah.
If we succeed, he said he'd give us like gold and stuff. Obviously, I asked and said that I didn't want anything to do with gold. I asked something else if he understands it. But
so, are you trying to tell us now that you're in?
me, yeah, I will turn around depending on what I get sent. But I would still probably say, like, I'm probably in with this because I'd rather not have to try and.
All right,
we'll
cut through the hypotheticals while you wait for your response. Illithor, are you going to run?
Not alone.
Cool. Is anyone going to run with Illithor, Valwara, Uther?
No.
I'm still staring off, puzzled into the distance, like nothing's going on. Like there is nothing going on inside that head. You look at those eyes; they're just glass right now.
Well, I'm going to ask Imiter to send an alarm in CJ's direction, in Uther's direction. I know. Like
I can do that anyway.
I have so many fucking conflicting fucking things right now as a character. Haven't you fuck?
My main concern is I don't want to die, and
But dying's
both
fun.
options look like I'm going to die.
Look, it's either you're going to get eaten by Uther now or later.
This is factual. He breaks out for 1 second, says this, and then cuts back into like this deep stare into nothingness.
Sponge head. Okay, didn't work. That's that one. Really.
Bertol is still speaking with Imitar in this language, a few sentences over and back.
Oh, okay,
and
cool.
then stops and looks to you. So, has the decision been reached?
Imiter, are you in?
Yes.
Is there any way, Bartol, for me to get around this blood oath as a paladin? I already have oaths.
I could brand you.
So my second branding. Deadly. Ask the rest, I'll come back to you.
A veto. Very well.
There you go.
I will leave you to discuss this amongst yourselves. I'll give you some privacy. When I come back, if you're here, I will take it as you are accepting. If you're not here when I come back, I'll take it as you're refusing. And I give you my word, I will not hunt you or follow you down. You're free to try and get out of the region. There will be perils along the way, but myself and Rathgul will not interfere. We have other more pressing and important matters to attend to, such as beating you to Doran.
I've finished what I said.
Gotcha.
I will say I'll kill things after everything's finished. My own motives.
I'm asking you DM questions, but you can communicate between yourselves. I'm praying in a corner, trying to figure out some stuff.
Well, now that mathematics is done, I'm perfectly fine with making a blood deal. It won't be my first, probably won't be my last. It's perfectly fine to make multiple blood deals. It's not like you're investing your soul.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a lot of mathematics for not a very smart man. Oh, he's like gone and making that just noise, just thinking again.
What's wrong with you? Alright, what is that noise?
Yes. I also agree with Uther. This is not the first time I've had to stoop to these levels to get to be able to get out of a situation like this. I wish it didn't have to be this way, but if a deal's a deal.
If Uther has that many kids, can we just kill him and bring in the little satyr army to help us?
Oh, I haven't rolled that dice yet. I'm afraid to ask Evan.
Roll a d100.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid the answer will be.
Wait, what was the question? And I'll tell you.
No,
roll,
the
a
answer.
no.
roll a d100 to see how many
No.
kids Uther has.
Oh.
No, it's definitely not a D100.
81.
Well, I've rolled 2d20 is much more fun.
Oh God.
I want to do that to see what happened. Yeah, not that bad.
Aha, 214. Nice.
Oh,
Not how you thought that one was going.
Oh, Jesus.
What am I checking? Sorry. give me 1
Man
sec.
spreading seed like fertilizer.
It's like fucking rabbits, except it's goat.
They're just bigger rabbits with horns.
It's
Bigger,
just a
hornier
bumpy
rabbits.
ride. Yep.
Literally
horny
hornier rabbits.
They're craving that mineral.
Trying to create a thing is hard in D&D. Too many numbers. Also, I don't know much.
I'm assuming we're all in then. If Imitar's in, the two
We're just
sisters
waiting
are in.
on.
I think we're waiting on.
We're just
Cadwell.
waiting. We're just waiting for the dragon guy in the corner to make up his mind.
He's praying to some god. Let him pray.
Does anybody actually know what god?
Is everyone know
I think
what?
he said
Yeah,
it.
it's I know what it is. It's what's it called? Wait, which is it? Athalas?
Athalas, yes.
Yeah.
Good
We're
job,
all just
Lee.
talking in a group.
Good, remember.
We're
No,
just
it's
talking
in my
order.
dictionary because I remember I said it at one point and he turned around and went, "How do you know that?"
Oh, okay.
Because I'd read it in a book.
I have a branding
See,
from that
books are great.
originally, like so.
Books are great. Stay in
Yeah,
school, kids.
I'll return to the group and say I'll take it, but I'm taking a branding.
That's pretty hot. Could I get both? No, I should only do one.
I'll brand you.
No, I don't like that good kind of brand. Yeah. The blood one shall suffice from me, personally.
So
We
Berthold
go and
comes
knock
back.
the door to tell Berthold to come back.
He'll come back and see you all there. Excellent. I knew I could rely on you all. So tell me, who's first?
I'll go first. I'm taking a branding, not a blood oath.
Wonderful. Please repeat after me. I swear
I swear
upon the most painful of painful deaths
on the most painful of painful deaths
that I shall fulfill that which I have promised
that I will fulfill that which I've promised
to the great General Berthold of Doran.
to the great General Berthold of Doran.
Excellent. That is you done, as he holds the scepter forward, just tapping it off your chest through your armor, and you just feel heat. The it's a golden scepter he holds, and there's a little tiny skull at the head of it, and the skull just its forehead touches your chest, and you just feel a burning sensation. Brilliant. Who's next?
I'm gonna walk forward and pull out one of my daggers, and I'm guessing for a blood oath, it's just kind of you stab yourself a little bit and pour blood out on something. I'm guessing.
Oh no, it's much more fun than that. He reaches his hand over to you and cuts his hand, and his sort of yellowy golden blood drips onto you, and it burns much more than it looks like the brand might have.
Do I have to roll for anything, or
No, but as it drops on you, he gets you to repeat the phrases again, which I assume you do.
yes? Well, I heard
Very well.
him. I heard the other guy say it, so I just
Yep.
like say it back to it in the exact same.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like it would be really fun. Like, took it back in the exact same voice as he did.
yeah.
Just to like throw him off a tiny bit.
He looks like he was curious about you before. He just gives you an even more curious look as the last drop of blood flows over you. He turns his attention to the next person. Is there anyone who wants to do this unconventionally, or is everyone content to just roll with it?
I would like to go up and do like, you know, the way you receive communion, but like open my tongue up.
You're taking blood directly into your tongue. That is metal as fuck.
Yep.
Yeah, sure. He drops it into your mouth, and you see like a curious looking smile on his face as surprisingly the blood doesn't burn the inside of your body until the last drop, and then you feel it sort of trickle down your esophagus and through your insides, and that burns a lot painfully.
I repeat the phrase, cough, and go, "Oh, it's just like a good whiskey." And I like walk back to the back of the group.
I've been told my blood tastes like many things, but a whiskey is the first I've heard.
You should make it. It'll be nice. Oh.
Whiskey.
What would I call it? That's a curious one.
Sinnothian blade? Sinnothian blood.
I was thinking something more like relation to hellfire or something like that.
Well, presumably
Firefowl
whatever
bottles.
you're going to do with this horn is going to make this place much more of a demonic area. I assume it opens a portal, perfectly honest. And I just kind of like go, right, I want to ride the dragon.
Now that your odes are held, I suppose I could tap you. Would be no harm. I wish to take Zingoff out of Morindo and take it with me to the 9 hells. I want to turn the 9 hells into the 10 hells, make a new lair. I shoot big, high aspirations, as you can imagine.
Like an onion.
That's pretty
And this artifact will
interesting.
help you do this?
Yes, it will.
Well, it might
fact-
actually restore the area back to its normal water level. That's kind of interesting. I think is like tapping the side of my head and then just like kind of warp pacing. Does that match that up? Oh, static. Is that me?
Don't know.
Oh, that might have been me. That might have been me. I did have mobile data on instead of Wi-Fi. Hang on. Yeah. Okay, we're good.
But yeah, I just kind of say that out loud and then just
Alright.
kind of go.
Now that our
Right.
lives depend on this, have you any, bright ideas that we can maybe stop Uther from destroying this time?
The king is a good man. If you do get confronted, perhaps the last resort would be to appease to his human side, inform him that, well, if he doesn't hand over the key, you will all die, and there is absolutely nothing he can do to stop it.
Well,
That
to
is
be
if you
perfectly
find-
honest, I think we have a brilliant way of getting in there now. We just saved his life and his kingdom, right?
Well, we did.
By
One,
Could be
we
argued
did,
so.
we did fly off in the
By
thing.
informing him. Yeah, but would you not fly off if a giant fucking dragon appeared in front of you?
Good point.
Now, the only issue with that,
Depends on how much of a
is-
YouTube fan you are. If you've got vertigo, you've got vertigo.
currently
Hey, so
seeking an audience with the king is going to be pretty impossible, as rebellion and all that. He's taking hiding, is what my whispers have told me. But where
You hear
exactly,
them
I
too?
do not know. I hear whispers, yes. I
Oh,
make
yeah.
whispers.
Oh. Do you make my whispers? I've always tried to figure out who they were.
I can't. As your whispers just echo through your head really loudly for a second.
That's not them. That's not them.
that's a new voice.
Yeah, that's not the same voice that I'm used to.
Well, add this to
Voice.
the collection. Really quick side note. What should I call you all? As a collective, do you have a name, a group, a title, a party,
The
a
Hellfire Club?
company?
Oh,
Oh,
fuck me,
God.
backwards. Actually, just throw Tumbledore into my asshole, like.
What?
What the fuck
Huh?
is that, like?
Excuse me?
Oh, no, no, no. Not the Hellfire Club, not a fucking chance. Oh, that hurt.
This is.
Was a good one though.
It was a really good one. I really liked it.
With that, I think we'll take a short break, and you guys can discuss if you actually want to have a name or not.
Yeah. Fuck me, like. Fucking Christ. Yeah. Back in a few minutes.
Oh god.
Meet Cornucopium. The group has decided on a name for the party. The ragtag group of misfits. Yeah, we gotta love it. But we come back as you all settle in your blood debts and your brands. Taking a minute to, well, take in exactly what you've just signed up for as you prepare to leave for Doran. You haven't yet been actually told if you're going to be flown there or teleported or what. And Bertol is going to step away for a little while and leave you guys to your own devices while he sorts out whatever he might be sorting out.
Do you reckon we could ask him for like fancy dancy things? Like he might give us like fancy weapons or something.
This is
Like,
what I was thinking of. This is what I was thinking about when before we signed the blood oath. I was gonna see if he could give me some weird demonic power or something, but no.
I mean, you could still ask for that.
Yeah, true.
I
I don't think he's already made the deal, so I don't know.
Yes, but he would make
he'll offer
this
it to us
deal
now.
because giving you that would be a different deal. You know, they're two different things. What
Yeah.
are you anyway? Are you like a sorcerer, a cleric?
Yeah.
That doesn't answer
Sorcerer.
my question. Oh, a sorcerer. Well, but then why do you even need to make a deal? Your magic comes from within your blood.
Mm.
A
I don't know.
sorcerer?
Maybe
Really?
I was thinking some demon powers would be quite nice.
I don't know any high level magical blood in satyrs. Usually we're a more brutish race with a bit more music in our blood. Interesting.
Hey Evan, can I go see if I can get a dragon's blessing off the dragon?
You want to go talk to Rathgul?
Yeah.
Go on, head outside. So
reunited stream. Let's go.
you head outside.
Daddy!
Rathgul is lounging in the, well, not the sun. It is darker clouds outside, but it is probably mid-morning as he kind of lazily opens an eye to look at you as you approach.
I was like, hey buddy, what's up? How's things? I'm trying to like get closer to it by being as friendly as humanly possible. Any bad
This
reactions?
can't possibly go wrong.
Can I go animal handling? Even though technically it's not an animal?
You cannot. Sorry, what are you saying to it?
Like I'm trying to just like open up a dialogue by being friendly to it while edging closer to it, you know, like you would like an angry dog.
It has been many years since a humanoid creature approached me with such gall.
Well, wasn't expecting that much. Shit. I come to ask questions.
Perhaps I can provide answers.
How long have you been here?
Alive, do you mean?
On this plane, I would say.
Nearing 4,000 years. Yes.
So you would have been around the birth of my tribe then, correct?
I do not know your tribe specifically, but I have seen the birth of many dragonborn groups, tribes, families, bloodlines. I've seen them end too.
Have you seen any of mine? Would you know any of my ancestors?
Potentially.
Do you know anything of the
done anything I might
Volbeck
know of?
tribe?
The name does not ring a specific bell, but then again, I have been quite removed for the last few hundred years.
For any reason, or have just been in hiding?
Oh, I have had endeavors elsewhere.
I was wondering if you had any advice or blessings you could give me on this journey.
I would say don't talk to strange dragons would be a good start, but on a more serious note, be careful who you trust. Although you are doing something you perceive to be good or necessary, just because you trust others doesn't mean they won't backstab you for what you're doing, especially not when dealing with such priceless artifacts.
And do you have a personal stake in this artifact?
I do not yet. I could. My purpose is to assist my lord on whatever it is he might require.
Can you tell me anything about my weapon? Can I show
Bring it
him
closer.
the slumbering dragons? It's meant to be a great sword still. We didn't fix that after Evan, but
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
we'll fix that
I
later.
forgot to fix that. Let me open up your sheet real quick because
I can put it in the thing.
This won't show up if you do that. I did a little thing. I did a little sneaky something only I can see.
Oh, okay.
Boo, 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 boo.
Stolen from the horde of a dragon. Did you steal it yourself, or did you come into possession of it by other means?
I didn't steal it. I borrowed it.
On this loan, do you intend to give it back?
If I can find out where my ancestry comes from, I intend to return it and take my ancestor's weapon as my own.
This sword has really only come into fruition in, I would say, the last 200 years. It was taken from the cave of what I would assume to be an adult dragon. Probably in recent memory.
Yes.
I could not say more than that, unfortunately.
And there's no connection between myself and my ancestry and this sword.
Unfortunately, I'm not familiar enough with either your ancestry or the sword to tell you for sure.
And is there any blessings you can give? It is a blue dragon, actually, Evan, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
He's not actually
I do
answering
not
the
just
question.
give away blessings, but since this is a task that I have a vested interest in, I will offer you one blessing. Bring
I'll
forth
take
your
whatever.
sword.
I'll take whatever I can get.
So you pass him over the sword.
Yep.
All right. He breathes heavily onto it. And as the lightning crackles over it and it fades, it looks to be a little bit more potent than it was before. And it is no longer a slumbering Dragon's Wrath weapon, but a stirring Dragon's Wrath weapon. So the
Deadly.
damage increases from oh no, it does an extra 1d6 of lightning damage when you hit with it, and it gets a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls. So a pretty sexy upgrade. I'll fix it on the actual sword itself.
Cool.
When I fix it into a great sword as well.
And yeah. Thanks very much. I'm trying to think is there like a dragon like dialect you have to do? Like, do you know, like there's greetings when you meet elves and stuff like that. There's special stuff. Is there anything for dragons like that I can do? Just to show like thank you and honor to you and like fly straight and true and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you could say something like that, honestly. Or like fucking peace be in the sky. Sure. Sounds reasonable.
There's one for hold on, I know it's in something. Oh, that's it. Atra Esterni Ona Tildun, which is may good fortune rule over you. Ah, I remember.
I like it.
That'll do. And then I'll take my leave quickly. But not too quickly, but like fast enough that he won't chew me out on the way back.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that's me done. Anyone else wants to do something or talk to a really cool dragon?
I'll take that as a no. People are ready to move forward. So, after a short period of time, Gargoth returns.
Gargoth.
No, Gargoth. What? What am I? Bertol, excuse me, returns. Gargoth, imagine. Bertol returns and says to you all, "So, you ready to go?"
Mm-hmm.
Very well. Take my hand.
I grab it.
All right. And in the blink of an eye, a smoother teleport than previously, you find yourselves in the city of Doran directly, not the Adorial Tower, but inside the city. You are towards the bottom of it. Let me bring us over to the map again.
I like the fact that he can just teleport us in.
Oh yeah, he's using the higher level stuff. He is teleporting you approximately. Let me get the thingy up. It'll be to this forest kind of here.
See, I knew that big destroyed house would be something.
So over on the left, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, he drops you up here, and as he does, he looks to you all and says, "Right, well, I do wish you luck. This will likely be the last time we see each other, unless you do return victorious with the horn. Until then, I'll see you when I see you." And he gives a little nice, light nod of his head, and waits for a moment and teleports away again. Interesting to note, you didn't actually see him do any arcane incantations or anything like that. The teleportation was instant.
I look to Uther and go, why can't you do that?
I'm a fae, not a demon.
You eat people like a demon. And I kind of trudge along towards the town.
Well,
I shrug.
I run in front of you and it's like, we were just seen in the court only, less than or about 24 hours ago. We can't show ourselves in town currently. We should probably find somewhere to hide until we can figure out what we're doing.
Is there there's these houses where being up on this higher plateau, do we see where the riots are?
Yeah, maybe perception checks real quick.
Problem.
Everyone?
Anyone who's interested.
20. I love trying to find a good riot.
Love how I have a plus
you mean a buffet?
and
Exactly.
So,
a shit roll.
as you arrive, everything appears to be in order for the moment, but then 5-10 minutes after you arrive, not even, a few minutes after you arrive, shouts are heard in the distance and sort of like an explosion of arcane energy and the clash of steel. And you notice now there are plumes of smoke rising from various places across the city.
We can go in and help and try to get information, or we can sit and hope no one runs through us.
Well, we need to find a way to get it into the castle, right? Which is this castle, right? No. Wait.
That's the richer area.
The King's Castle is just off the top of the map.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
It's the very, very highest point.
So how would we get up there?
I reckon
there are stairs from the main region, from like here.
Base of operations for one moment. Is
And
there potentially? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I reckon we look for the other guy and be like, "Oh my god, you're alive! We've escaped!" And just kind of be like, "So where do we go next with your great plan?"
Don't think that's going to work.
That's not going to work.
Yeah.
We
Kind
saw
of
us get on the dragon.
Yeah.
Also, I was
unfortunately.
also, wasn't he on our side when we showed up to court? So
Listen,
surely
listen. It
he's
doesn't
been
matter
imprisoned.
What side we're on today.
Yeah, but
We're
surely
on the
he has
side
been
of
imprisoned.
staying alive. I nod to myself, knowing that I said something smart.
Right. Well, I think we should find some sort of base of operations. That derelict church over there looks promising.
We've had a long rest. Like, the more time we waste, the less of a distraction we're going to have going in here.
No,
the less
I
people
get that,
see
but
us, the better.
We're trying to
Is it
figure out how
possible
to
that
get
we
to the
could
King's
create-
Castle.
We have no
without
idea
being
how to get in
detected.
yet. Yeah,
We
we
could
can't
make-
just
we could-
walk in.
We can
Does
make our way
anybody
anyone
towards
have
it,
any
though.
connections in this town? I asked the group and think back myself. Do I have any connections in this town?
The librarian who looked at me while I stole a bunch of books.
Yeah,
Actually, no,
only
he didn't
person
look
I
at me. He
spoke-
didn't know they were disappearing. Actually,
Wasn't it
uh,
an
Um,
old woman?
I
Yeah,
think
it
we
was.
should go in, find neutral parties, and ask questions.
we could.
If we
or
can
you could,
protect
like,
people
Asking
on the way,
question-
that's a
we're-
good
we're
way
not-
to do it.
We
you
need
could
to.
you make it worse and just create as much chaos in the bottom, the lower-ish kind of
lower
levels.
tiers as possible.
We could
And
try
then-
and bring the lower tier chaos up tiers as we go.
Yeah, and then that means more guards will have to be brought down, and there's less of a chance of us getting seen as we try and make our way to the castle.
Join the chaos.
No matter what
Kill
happens.
guards.
Kind of
No-
like that idea. Let chaos
No
reign.
matter what
Yeah.
happens, there's always going to be guards in the
That's
castle
perfectly
that
fine.
are on the other side of the castle.
We are cornucopium. We're ready for this.
I suppose, like, if we wanted to like get rid of as much guards as possible, we do know where the barracks is.
It's over
No,
here.
that's a
If we wanted
different.
to,
That's a
like-
different one, Imitar.
The bar-
No,
yeah,
I know,
the
like we
barracks
know
is-
it. We know where it is. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, where
The
we were last holding our or where we were holding our false prisoners. That was a barracks. We could
Well, that
do
was
as
like
you say.
We are also in guard gear.
that was like an inner
Bill.
city like town's guards hold.
Is oh no.
We are still wearing the guard's gear. I know I am.
Well,
Yeah,
I think first we should. I think the idea of bringing the chaos up the tiers is a great idea. I think we should gather some information.
Okay,
Figure out where the best
Changing the
targets are to
perspective
hit.
on that, we are wearing the guard's gear.
Yes, so we can walk around freely for now.
to an extent.
If we go to bring the chaos up the tiers,
We swap.
We
okay.
have to lose the gear.
I know. I still have my stuff.
Well, we
In my
can.
backpack.
That would actually help us sow chaos because we can
I
do
think
some
we
shit
could
to guards
potentially get
to bring more
up-
guards down, and then dress
if-
back as guards and just like kill
Yeah.
some random people to drive more people crazy, and then
Or
the
use
guards
the
and the people
guards.
will be at each other's throats.
Use the guards
Yeah.
to like go back and report, being like, "Oh, this is happening," when nothing's actually happening. So they try and send more guards,
Yeah.
and then
You
just
guys
ditch
hear,
the guard
um,
uniforms.
You guys hear footsteps approaching. One set of footsteps pushing through bushes and trees directly towards where you're at, and then two sort of thuds and silence.
Can we?
Can
go
I
kill
look?
I
it?
dart behind a tree.
I go
Mm.
and like peek through.
Make a perception check.
Can I not just use my 20 from before?
Can I
14.
see him?
See you, Uther.
No, whoever is making this noise.
You can make a perception check as well.
Can I just
Nice.
shout form ranks? Like at the top of my fucking lungs?
Do you wanna? Yeah, sure.
Because
okay.
we're spread in a circle right now. I don't know which way it's coming from, and I don't know if I'm in charge. So I want to form ranks so people stands behind me.
That's also
So-
a good point. As like, if they're also guards, wearing guard uniform might make it less suspicious.
If we're
It might
It might make it less
guard
suspicious if
uniform
they
and
are
it's the
guards and they think
rebel,
I'm a guard.
So
Yeah.
here's what happens. Uther, you're the first to react to the noise. You look and you see nothing. Illithor, as you peek around the corner, around the tree towards the bushes, you see what looks like a guard lying flat in the bushes with an arrow sticking out of the back of their neck, and another one in a tree just beside them. And looking a little bit further, as Kagra shouts, "Form ranks!" you see what looks like a mob of angry villagers with bows,
do I
pitchforks,
see
flaming torches.
Do I see this
um,
now at all?
Oh yeah, you see that almost
I
straight away.
strip.
Yeah, straight away.
Yep.
Like straight away.
I do wear a
Yeah.
kilt, but I take that guard uniform straight off. Gone.
Yeah. I shout out from behind the tree, ditch the gear, and everyone. I just like take the
I'm
cloak
just
off.
gonna like.
Oh well,
pull
you
my
throw
cloak
stripping.
So-
down.
I'm just in my normal
Real
heavy
quick,
armor.
like armor takes a minute to take off, a full minute.
Can
I
I
only have a
just?
cloak. I only have a
Yeah, I was
cloak.
gonna say.
You only have a cloak,
if
that's
in
fine.
that case, do you want to just grab the cloak and just like swing it around so we can cover that we're wearing Guardia? Because I know my clothes.
I have a breastplate on. I'm just
do that and hide behind a tree.
stripping it. I'm just taking the breastplate off as fast as I can.
The semantics of us all trying to get naked really fast in a bunch of trees has kind of gone a little bit
I
far.
am
here.
still
We don't
wearing
have
my
time.
kilt, which is more than I usually wear.
Because I know Imitar is wearing clothes and he's a crow and he's not getting that off. I throw him into a bush and I walk towards the mob with my shield up.
But hang on, the bigger issue
sword.
here, if you would let me talk for a sec, is as this happens, the instant Kagura shouts form ranks, the mob says, "What's that? Over there in the trees, it's more of them! Get them!" And just a battle cry is
Can I
heard as a mob
scream
charges for you
hold
guys.
at them and try to talk to them?
I'm disassociating
try.
myself.
Intimidation?
No,
It's,
persuasion at disadvantage.
Persuasion at disadvantage.
If worse comes to worse, I'm just gonna entangle all of them. I'm just saying this now.
Dude, this is either going to end up with us having to slaughter them, or
Oh, that's
you are
wrong
going
one,
to
sorry.
have to.
Can I disguise myself as not a
10.
guard?
You rolled a
13.
10.
That's fine too.
It's a 10. It's the same modifier, same roll. You used the roll from before, just changed the mod. Either way, this mob.
Oh, that's
maybe...
performance though. It's not.
Yeah, but it's the
the
dice roll
same-
that
No, okay,
matters.
same.
It's so you see 30 or so villagers ranging ages, excuse me, as they're charging for you and you shout hold. A few of them stop. Most of them don't and just continue to charge towards you. They're maybe 60 feet away when they start running. You guys have an action before they reach
Okay,
you.
I'm gonna jump out from behind the tree and cast my Wand of Entangle to try catch all of them. If they're all grouped up.
Entangle 5e. They would, if there's 30 of, it's about 30 of them, it won't catch them all. No, it definitely won't. It would catch
How big is
maybe,
the-
How many?
it catches maybe half, maybe it's 20 feet square. But they're not
Not
like
even
shoulder to
30 square.
shoulder fight.
Now,
unfortunately,
Evan, this is going to be a weird question. Are they League of Legends players?
Not that I know of.
Okay, I can't cast Speak with Animals. Sorry, just have to get that in there.
Love that. Good one.
Can I just throw my hands up, like, without drawing any weapons and go, we're the ones that started this. You recognize us from trying to show you what is going on. We were in the court. And I just hold my hands up.
Anyone else taking an action?
How
Hey,
big is the area that they're running towards us?
It's
Yeah.
quite very, I would say, covered in obstacles. Like you're in the edge of a forest here. There's trees. They're charging just into the forest. You guys are right at the edge, so open
like
30
space.
foot, is a
so
30-foot cube
30
big enough?
They kind of see
30-foot
the
cube
group
wouldn't catch them all,
Yeah.
but you could fit a 30-foot cube in there.
All right.
So they-
Can I? I want to cast. How do I just this? Is this where it works? Yeah, this.
Hypnotic pattern. Yeah, again, it won't catch the full group. It would catch
A majority though.
no, it would catch about a third of the group. They're not standing 5 feet apart from each other,
Ah,
and there's about 30 of them.
I'd ignore that one. Wait.
hmm?
I wouldn't. I'd save the cast. That's a third level
Yeah.
illusion. Like that's a lot of points,
Yeah.
and we don't have time
I
for
just
long
was
rest.
like, I was just thinking like if they were all like clumped, I could maybe like just do it and like maybe get rid of about like maybe a third or a half of them in an instant or something. But
Only if they fail to save as well, though.
How high are the trees in the area?
Not too high. They're kind of like oak trees. You could climb one and be out of range of like a spear, but
Okay,
anyone
cool.
with a
I'm
bow
just
would hit
gonna-
you
Yeah,
with
but
ease.
I'm
safe.
just gonna use mirthful leaps and jump up a tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it safe to say they see the group, but not necessarily the individuals?
Well, they are
running away.
at this
I
stage
swear to God, Sinnot.
30 feet away from you. They're like the length of like 2 rooms away
Your
from you at
blood
this
oath
stage.
stops
They
you
are
from running, by the
very
way.
close. They see the
Yeah,
color of your
Right,
your
no,
hair.
I've got it. Channel Divinity. I'm going to do Lightning Breath using Channel Divinity directly
gonna kill them
upwards
all.
to scare the entire fucking group into listening to me.
Upwards, okay.
Okay, so that is unfortunately you've already kind of taken the action with the persuasion check, but you can do that once they reach you. You can do that. We'll come to that in a second. So previous round still is. I think
Can I-
Illithor and Valwara have something they can try if they want.
I was just gonna say,
Yeah,
can
I
I
would
disguise
think.
myself as just a normal villager, just because fuck it?
I fucking hate
I
you.
might make
I-
myself a little bit.
As
in the-
part
in the
of what I
chaos.
was saying, could I pull out my dagger and the symbol on the chest is the dragon, right?
Uh huh.
Can I just demark it in front of them? Like plunge the dagger into the armor and just strike it across, or like scratch the symbol.
You can.
As part of what I was saying was, we are on your side. We've just gotten back, and we are trying to go and take control of the kingdom.
Okay, I'll hold that in my thought. Illithor, anything you'd like to try?
Let me think. I'm just looking through my spells, see is anything useful. Fey, fiends, undead. No. I'm pretty much screwed. My
Fair
only
enough.
option would be to jump into a tree and try Mask of the Wild. But if they already see me, that's kind of
Oh,
pointless.
they're already close enough to like throw a
Yeah.
stone at you. Like they're very close. Like Imitar, if you want to use your disguised self, they'll see the transformation. That's how close they are.
That's fine.
They in the next 6 seconds form a circle around you. Nobody pushes at you directly. They're sort of holding their ground, but locking you guys into a confined area at the center. And as they do so, you hear more shouts in the distance as more seem to be coming from the trees, and some again just getting close. One older looking man, bald, quite plump, steps forward and says, "What are you saying to us?"
Sorry, good sir, but we are on your side. We're the ones that started this riot from within the council. Or the chambers.
I'm afraid I've heard that one too many times today.
What proof do you want?
Shoot the lightning.
Well, there's not really much I can do in the way of proof.
Were you
But-
there? And did you watch the ceremony?
I was not there, no.
Was anyone in the crowd there at the ceremony?
Probably a few of us, aye.
Do any of you want me to prove it by breeding the lightning that slayed the wyverns?
You see another blue dragonborn step forward. You're not the only one with that ability, buddy.
And were you there?
Listen.
Could have been me for all you know.
Listen.
And I step forward towards him and it's like, prove it then.
I don't have to prove it. I'm not claiming to be him.
So you can't disprove me by not proving it?
No, you can't prove it was you. I don't have to disprove or prove anything. Burden
You
of
can
proof's
take
on
me
you
at
here,
my
buddy.
word and you can walk with me and we can go and try take the king right now, if that's what you want.
I don't know what I want. The
If you
bald guy
want, you
steps
can
forward again.
stand behind us and I will slay guards directly in front of you. Would that help? You will be at our back
that
and we
just-
can't run.
That would just mean we can't trust you.
But isn't trust
Listen.
built on the battlefield?
I wouldn't even trust my own ally if I knew they were surrounded by opponents. So we're gonna hold off on your trust for the moment. You're trying to talk there. You with the horns. What are you saying?
Listen. We were brought in accused of regicide originally.
Oh, they're going with
Then-
that story as well. Okay, continue.
Well,
continue.
no, listen. Right. We
Wait,
were
I still have my writ, don't
accused
I?
of regicide. We then were brought forward, brought back, brought left, brought right. Got told that we were to make the king pay for what he did and what he didn't do. I then apparently fucked up, but I was just trying to talk to the man and figure out what was actually going on. Right? What are your objectives here? Are you trying to get the king out?
There seems to be a little bit of confusion here as the blue dragonborn and one other individual pick up the body that fell, that alerted you guys to their location, and you see they're wearing the same armor you guys had been wearing.
Yep.
Not the regular town's guard armor.
I
They're
still
on
have the official
town
writs,
side.
don't I?
Yeah, I jumped down from the
which-
tree.
I have
The arrest warrants and stuff.
Yeah.
You would, yeah.
Would that not prove that I was the one at the...
I think that's not the problem. I think the problem is they aren't going after.
They
the
aren't
town's
trying
guard,
to
they're
breed
going-
chaos.
They're trying to get rid of the people that brought us here.
Yeah. And you have just said you would kill the king and guards. in
Okay, yeah,
front
well
of
then
them.
just start swinging, boys. Go for it.
There's 30 of them.
They're in a circle around me, right?
I assume.
Yeah.
How can one of us roll perception to see like how armored they are?
You don't have to roll possession for that.
It's not
They're
new Pokemon dudes, man.
they've picked up scraps
Oh,
here and
scrap
there.
though.
There's some of them
Thanks
wearing
for
bits of
follow.
fallen soldiers' armor, both good and bad. Any of them that are wearing like the dragon with the crown's armor, you see the dragon has been like, oh, not the dragon, sorry, the man with the crown sigil. It's been scratched off. So, in terms of weapons, some are using dead guard weapons like spears and swords, but most of them pikes, torches, one or two bows and arrows, hunting most likely. They look like they could do some serious damage to y'all. A fight is not preferable, but either way, they don't seem to be immediately attacking you guys. They seem content in taking you hostage or prisoner or whatever the situation is right now. But
Can I
the
just put my
plump
hands
guy,
up then?
yeah, sure.
'Cause
The plump guy talks again.
I'm a squishy boy. I have no intention of dying right now.
I just grabbed your
Wise.
arms and I was like, put them down.
Aren't you in a tree?
No,
I
you
jumped
You
down.
what?
I said I jumped down.
Oh yeah, yeah. The plump guy kind of looks at you as you drop down. So, you lot haven't been taking part in the fighting, I'm guessing, from the look of you.
No.
What
not
can we do
particularly.
with you?
We are here to help
Let
you.
us go.
Listen, I understand you might be. I understand you might not be. I can't prove it either way. I've heard conflicting stories from two of you. My best option right now is to take you with me to the generals, and they'll probably zone a truth here or something like that.
That's not gonna turn out to be the best of options if we just turn around and be like, yeah, we're here to steal something.
I mean, I could zone of truth
Approximately how
everyone
many
right
people are
now.
around us?
Yeah, but if you zone a truth everyone, you'll zone a truth us as well, and we'll have to tell the truth, and we'll have to tell them we're here to steal something from the king.
Approximately
But
how
we
many
don't
people
have to
are around
tell
us? though?
them we're
As time goes on, more and
lie,
more of it's about
we can,
60, 66, 65 now.
for
How many can you swing on when you're big, user? Just
Same as you. 2 attacks. I just deal more damage.
I'm down to start breathing fire, like or breathing lightning.
60 people around us?
That's gonna be like at minimum 4 to 5 attacks on each person at a time.
No. Each character gets 2 attacks. There's 9 squares around each character. That's 18 attacks per character against us. So that's 18 times you have to avoid an attack, a melee attack. These can crit. These can be anything. This is 18
Plus,
rolls.
there's guys with arrows as well. Which
Like
is why I said to put my hands up.
Like even because they're circled us, even like Ian's lightning breath in a cone. will
Not
only
even
knock out-
not
won't
even
knock out
that.
many.
Not even that. They get advantages for being around us. The more people they have around us, the more modifier they get to hit us.
Hence, hands up.
Hence, this is just not a good idea. The best solution here is a teleport, or we go with them and try and slip.
You think there's any chance that we'll be able to ask for a quick teleport back to Thingy?
No, it's not going to happen.
I'm trying to think of how much I can pray to my god right now for a teleport.
Yeah, I kind of just go, yes, that's probably fine. We'll follow you. There's
This way then,
No
gentlemen.
problem.
If you don't
can I
mind, put
roll
the
a
weapons
religion
away.
just for the crack to see if I get a nat 20?
For religion.
Yeah, like pray to my
What do you-
god just for a quick teleport for the team.
Help.
Oh,
Even if it's
that'd
just-
be a spellcasting ability check, I'd say, rather than a religion check. Religion check's more to recall like religious knowledge or to see, I guess,
So
how.
what do I have to roll to pray?
For you, it's a charisma check.
Charisma. How the fuck do I roll a charisma? That's a saving
So
throw
he does this
modifier.
and we get out of here. We're now definitely like we see on sight, we attack.
Charisma save 16.
It's not the save, it's the other one.
Up at the top, is it? Oh, those ones?
Up the top, yeah.
I've never
it
rolled
might
one
be
of these
this.
before.
It might be the same. I'm not sure. I can't remember.
You just click
What's
on
Oh
what-
my
what's
god,
the, what's
it
the
rolled
mod
off
for
the
it though?
fucking... It rolled off the
Oh, it's
nat 20.
It's +1, so it's a 12 on the first roll.
Yeah,
It's +1 mod.
it rolled off the 20 on the second, though. That's
Sorry, a
pissed me off.
13. A 13.
13.
Yeah.
Yeah, you say a quick little prayer. Some people notice and some respect it. Some maybe take it as a sign of like, oh shit, they're actually afraid. Either way, no response.
Yeah, I get used to that after a while.
Yep. Yep.
Me
as
and my
we're-
woman I bring to the McDonald's drive. That I completely misread that. Sorry, continue.
I
Huh?
am going to look.
The native guys are just having fun in my chat.
I'm just watching and trying to figure out when the best way to sneak away is.
That's
Yeah.
true, actually.
Same.
Looking for any sort of form of chaos on the tier that we are currently walking on.
So, this group, you can see from the wear and tear on them, they haven't been through too much action today. This is probably the first thing they've had the chance to do that's not actually stabby stab or probably burning a building or something. The excitement of taking prisoners for them is resulting in them giving you guys a lot of attention. Sneaking away is going to be very difficult without some kind of a distraction.
I can cast.
But
Uh,
bear in
like,
mind, when you cast a spell, they can see that. They can see you casting.
I have my hands in my cloak. They can't see my hand.
What, are you just rubbing one out there?
No.
He's masturbating! Quick, get him!
I was
So-
gonna say, like, is there any way that we can, like, say, for example, obviously, I can't remember the character's name. Fucking Illithor. Say he has alarm. I have fucking make noise or something. If a couple of us use like different noises at the same time, could we like scramble their attention for a sec and try and make a break for it? Like not now, but like when they're a little less surrounding us.
If you had the
Are
chance to coordinate something like that, maybe.
Are they just pretty much like shepherding us? We're not actually
Yeah, we're-
restrained.
Yeah,
Probably
pretty
being-
much.
Yeah. At
Oh, like-
at any point,
Like there's hands on and stuff.
Nothing has been
Okay.
removed from us though.
No, they've
Can
left
I-
your effects
wait.
on you and stuff.
Heltic sent a message to me like in terms of like the in the
If I have
first
to
episode
point,
where he sent
I
a
have to point at you. Yeah.
Oh, do I you have to point at me?
He has to point,
Yeah.
and if it's the message, like cantrip message, you actually do whisper it under your breath. So if anyone is close to
Yeah.
you, they would hear it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not.
I was
The
gonna
only
say
thing
like
I
if he
could
can if I
possibly
can message
do-
him, he can message everyone else in town and or like
The only
kinda
thing
thing.
I could do is I could cause the whole area to tremor harmlessly, and we could try and make a break for it if it distracts them. That's the only thing I can do.
No, we just walk with them. Fuck it. We just see where it leads us.
They lead you up the main stairs.
They're bringing us where we want to go anyway.
forward,
Speak
and
for
up
yourself.
towards Castle Blackkeep.
Oh well, there you go. We're going exactly where we
Yeah.
want to go.
Except we're
Yeah.
Except we're captives instead of guards.
Yeah, so we're somehow gonna have to make a break for it while we're in the castle.
Well, the
No,
problem
If that's
is
where we're going.
the thing is, even though we were wearing the guard's outfit, they're killing they were going after the ones without outfits. So if he were trying to wander around, if they saw the crest,
No,
either
they-
way,
Someone
been-
killed that guard and they were recovering a body. That's what happened, right? Evan?
Yeah. Yeah, the guards whose uniform you were wearing, oh, sorry, in my own words, confused. The ones you were claiming to be initially were the ones they were hunting.
exactly.
Yep.
But the stuff we're wearing is also their stuff, right? Or were
Is
wearing.
the
No,
stuff
it's the
you're
one from
wearing.
the other area.
Ours was the crest of the other guy.
Is the one with the dragon
Yeah.
or the person?
The dragon, wasn't it?
The dragon. I couldn't remember. I'm not gonna lie.
It was
the
the
guy.
You had
was
got
that
it
was
in
asking
Castle
for-
Gagorich.
Yeah, it was that guy's crest, not.
It was
King's
his crest. Okay, yeah. So it was the crest of the ones they're hunting.
Yeah, exactly. So either way, if we had wandered out, they would have been like, "There, thingy guards, get them!"
Yeah,
So-
yeah, exactly.
I think either
Yeah.
way, if we had like immediately started moving, we might have made it worse for ourselves.
I think we just could have hid.
There was
Well, that's also the idea.
so
but instead
full
Ian went-
disclosure, there was like a
Ian-
50-50 chance of which you would run into first. Other guards with that crest, or villagers, or regular guards, like the actual guards.
Well,
So it
last
was-
time.
Also, the last time I tried to hide as a character that's 6'4" didn't go too well. I'm a big blue ass dragon. Where am I going
Yeah,
to hide in a
paladins are
fucking
notoriously bad at
magical
hiding.
lake? Is
It
there
didn't
a thing
also
I can
help that
stick
you,
my
like,
head through, like in the
you basically
fucking?
screamed out guard, like
But it's a
guard, like
group
things
skill
of
check,
form
so you
up.
don't need you to do well. You just need everyone else to do well around you.
True.
I have +6 to stealth. If I wanted
Unless
to
there's a
stay hidden, I
cardboard
would've stayed
cutout
hidden.
of a whale I can
Yeah,
stick my head
plus
through and
7,
be like,
and
look,
I have
I'm Flippy the dolphin. I'm fucked.
I'm starting to think I should have just waited in the tree and see if they just forgot about me.
I
Yep.
should've just- I
Right,
was gonna hide
um,
behind a tree as well. And just
going
see if
up
they
the
didn't see.
castle.
Yeah, going up the castle. The plump dude who seems to be somewhat in charge of this group, you'd probably guess he's like, I don't know, some lesser politician or someone significant to some community somewhere. Shouts out to the now pretty heavily fortified castle. We've got some prisoners for you. Initially, they were claiming they were part of the good old bastards' forces, but now we're not so sure, and we thought we'd leave it up to you to figure it out. Oh, and they also claim to be the ones that started this whole thing, so I don't know. Maybe it's worth hearing them out. And there's silence for a few moments, a few murmurs among the villagers, and then the moat around the castle, the what you call it, the portcullis? Not the portcullis. What's the thing that goes over a
Drawbridge?
moat?
Drawbridge.
Drawbridge. The drawbridge goes down over it, with the mechanical sort of click, 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 click noise. And the portcullis on the other side of it opens just enough for people to duck in, and a voice calls out over the wall. Send forward just the individuals you speak of. No one else may approach. The plump guy goes, right, you heard him. On yous go.
I spit and walk across.
Well,
Yeah, I follow.
We kind of have to. So,
it's a nervous walk across to the drawbridge. It's a little shaky. You can see it's actually sustained some damage. It was probably pulled up under a bit of stress. And you see now as you cross it as well, there are bits of blood here and there. And looking down into the moat, there are a few bodies floating in the water.
Where is this
and
drawbridge?
as-
Do we have a map for this?
No, unfortunately not. This is just the entrance to the Castle Blackkeep. But as you get to the other side of the drawbridge, the portcullis that is slightly raised, there is blood on the spikes that go into the ground, and you can see there are actually some limbs with no bodies attached that seem to have been chopped off by this gate closing at the entrance to the castle, and a desperate attempt to either stop rebellious people or perhaps people just trying to get inside. Either way, as you are all led through the portcullis, it closes behind you, and a whole squadron of guards now, armored and armed, form a circle around you. And this one cloaked individual, seems to be a mage of some description, a humanoid man, approaches. Introduce yourselves. To whom
so
am I
do we go with
speaking?
fake names or?
I would
You can't
prefer
really
your
say
real
that out
names.
loud. Like,
No, I
He
meant
doesn't-
like.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
you're not meant to be able to say that to each other within the game. Like,
Yeah, technically,
like
you
we're not
can't.
allowed to converse before we decide what we to do. What we're supposed to do. Like,
I'm just gonna go around to, like. Wait, what names do I have in my random assortment of things that I can use as a?
Kagra of the Valdek tribe.
Kagra.
I'm gonna turn around and go
Euthalok
whiskey.
Faranord from the
Euthalok.
Feywild.
Well, Feywild, how exotic.
I'm gonna just call
Bird
myself
creature?
Whiskey.
Frisky. The other satyr, what are you? What are you called?
Valwar, a sorceress of. I actually can't remember what was it. Give me a sec.
Something.
Did I write it down? The original place I was from.
Soon it's going to be Elon Musk.
I think it was the Feywild, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember if it was a certain plane or something. That I can't remember exactly.
Oh, it's from
Right,
Pavandro. It was
exactly.
from Pavandro.
Think so.
Yeah, I have it in your sheet
Yeah.
here.
Valwar of Pavandro, yeah.
Pavandro, interesting. Good to know. And you there, tall one.
Ilathor Dagalor of Elsinora.
Of Elsinora, interesting. Okay. You haven't been home in a while, I take it then.
I have not in many
Hmm.
years. If you do you know of the plight?
Yeah, Elsinora is not a word I've heard in quite some time. More a history lesson. Oradon is what we call it these days. But it seems to me, from your histories, you might be the ones we were looking for. Come with me, as someone who wishes to speak with you, as he leads you further into the castle. Eventually, he stops outside what looks like an office, and he knocks on the door. There's a plethora of guards following you guys, by the way, as this happens. And the office door opens, and out steps this half-elven man who you saw at the trial before. He was introduced as the master of, or the keeper of the house, and now he seems to be, well, in the house itself, in the castle, Blackkeep. Individual was named Sorrel Wrightsworth, as he steps up and looks to you all. Ah, yes, these are the ones. Well, this is most peculiar. What brings you this way? God, you may stand down. These individuals are, I don't believe, immediately hostile unless things have changed.
No, not at all.
No.
Don't have much
Well,
of a choice.
then, that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Well, pray tell, what are you doing here?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, I personally would like to talk to the king. I know that's kind of a taboo-y thing right now.
It is,
I-
certainly.
Yeah, I'm only looking for information of someone I believe is a long past friend of his. I'm just hoping to find the location of that person. We also, yeah, well, that's why I'm here, really.
Nothing to do with this rebellion or anything like that?
Oh no, we did accidentally start that.
That's probably an essential detail you should have started with.
Well, it wasn't intentional. I didn't deliberately do it.
I understand, probably. Listen, why don't we have a seat and you can tell me the whole story? How does that sound? And then I'll see what I can do about arranging an audience with His Majesty.
That would be most delightful. Could we have
While
tea
we're
and
having that
crumpets? I haven't
seat-
had a crumpet from the Feywild in so long.
While
Not
we're
sure about
having
ones from the
seat-
Feywild, but
do I-
tea and crumpet can be acquired.
With little
While we're having a
mushrooms on top.
seat,
Go
will I
Sinnot.
get a chance to like whisper to Kagra, "Can you shut him up, please?"
If you whisper, I don't know where we're standing.
You're in a small office right now.
Okay.
As we're like, I assume if he says take a seat, we're dragging chairs, making
Yeah,
slight
pretty
bit of
much.
noise.
Yeah,
I mean, you could
you'd
just
have an
bump it.
opportunity.
We have a
to
couple
get
of
it in
seconds to speak.
Yeah, so can I just like slip that message to Kagra, like, do not let him do all the talking again.
I'm working on it. And just give him the nod. I'm trying to think the way out of this. Give me a minute.
So, Sorrel, after the tea and crumpets are brought in, and you all may snack upon them if you wish, he gets one for himself. So, I guess we'll start with why were you briefly accused of being attempted instillers of regicide?
To
We
be perfectly honest with you, I
You,
don't
sir?
know. What? I'm talking.
Your fondness for memories usually involves food, no? Let's leave that out.
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, we had no idea why we were there. I woke up in a cage on the way to the north.
Yes, he's correct. We all woke up, we had no memories of anything, and were handed warrants to say that we were committing regicide. we met with some people along the way back after some trouble, and they promised us freedom if we helped them. We didn't agree with the plan, but we were kind of guided in this direction under threat of death.
Okay,
And
pause for a
we've been-
second.
Mm-hmm.
You were prisoners.
Yes.
Yes,
Did
kind
you?
of.
And you didn't know why, except for that there was documents saying you'd been accused of
It's
regicide.
accused
yes?
of regicide, correct.
Who are
It's
these
like
documents signed by?
everyone's memory was stolen.
Um,
I have the writ here because I still have these warrants. Told you to come
Oh,
in handy.
excellent. He has a flick through them. General Birdsall, interesting. Always been a trustworthy individual, I thought.
No,
Personally, do not know. And I kind of shoot an eye over to Kagra.
yeah, I know. We good. I give you the shoulder shrug of we're working on it.
I give you
So-
the eye of we are under a blood oath of death.
I know. I'm trying to fucking conjure words correctly here, buddy. Like,
So- So I have this clear. You were prisoners, and then you were rescued. Is that what I'm reading here?
Well, to be honest,
I'll be
we
honest.
weren't rescued.
We are stronger than perceived.
I have no doubt about that. If you managed to get through all of this relatively unscathed. Okay, so you were sort of not rescued / using your strengths.
We'll leave the information around that in the dark. It'll be best
It's
for all
safer if I
involved.
don't know, to be honest.
Listen,
agree.
I can grow to 3 times my size in more than one area. It just happens.
That
This
sounds
is
most
also
curious.
our most affluent member.
I was beginning to pick that up, yes. Okay, listen, I am not military. I am just a politician. I'm the keeper of the house here. My job is as an advisor to the king and to ensure that guests are welcomed. In my eyes, currently, you are guests here. And from what you've told me, does seem like a lot of unfortunate circumstance.
You
And
can
I
say
think
that
I'm
again.
putting together how it's all happened. I won't go further into detail on that for everyone's safety. But I will organize this audience with the king. It can be done, I will tell you that. The only issue is he is currently in a very secure location, and things are a little hectic outside. It is difficult to travel there without drawing attention. Anyone leaving the keep is instantly spotted by hundreds of, if not thousands, of citizens of Doran, who mostly don't have it out for the king, but we can't tell for sure who's hiding amongst them. So that gives me a bit of a predicament. I can't keep you here. I can't send you on your way. I could send you on your way, actually. I could give you rough instructions. Do you know what? I think that's what I'll do. You are welcome to return here. Just ask for me and I'll personally see to it that you are allowed inside. But here, take this. He takes out a small map of the capital region and draws an X on. Let me take you to the map.
Yay, map change.
Map change. Sheesh. Oh, you also wait. You guys teleported back here. I should update this.
And get rid of all the other lines that are currently on it.
Oh no, this is keeping track of the whole last journey, baby. You teleported all the way to the capital.
So light blues are teleports, reds are just walking, and dark blue is flying on a dragon. I like it.
Yep. Where am I going?
We
I'm
should do
going
yellow
with-
for the dragon because someone's pissing themselves the whole way.
Oh dear
I
God.
suppose.
Am I
cool.
wrong?
Someone surely was. He draws an X on the map on Dozen's Keep. The king has been transported here. It is a journey that takes a few hours, the better part of a day, to be honest. He'll be there by nightfall. Now, I can have it organized that you're there waiting for him, or you can try and catch him. He left a few hours ago. He'll have quite the head start on you, and if he beats you to Dozen's Keep, there's no telling if you'll be allowed in or not. My words does not travel that far. I would suggest we try and get you there ahead of the king. That's probably
Okay.
the best course of action.
Be quite amicable, to be honest.
Very well. In that case, leave it with me. Don't touch anything while I'm gone. I'll hopefully be back in about 20 minutes. And this is purely a precaution, but there are going to be guards outside the room and 2 inside the room, a shout away from trouble. Yes?
Sure. No
Wonderful.
trouble.
Help yourselves to the tea and crumpets. He gets up and steps out of the room, and 2 guards step in, flanking the door. And you see as he leaves, there is a host of them outside waiting.
I grab Imitair's head immediately, like full hand around his head, and no stealing. None.
It's not like there's anything in here that's valuable unless there's books.
That doesn't matter. I could see you robbing a fucking fork, and I was getting
there's
fucked.
for sure. There's for sure
it-
bookshelves on the shelf.
There is
That-
there are
I really love
bookshelves.
it.
There's expensive like ornaments on his desk.
No
This is
stealing.
I
His
Can
head.
I make a
turn
sleight of
and
hand
look
check?
at the
just so no one
group.
knows?
No,
Picking up the tea with the pinky finger out, and I go, so, what are we going to say?
Can I still try and steal something?
Keep in mind the 2 guards in the room can now hear are just listening to us.
Yeah. It's just a general thing. Like, I've never met royalty before.
It's a good thing dragons can't sweat, because I would be sweating right now.
Like, if we're perfectly honest, it's not a good thing nor a bad thing that we are going to meet the king. We did kind of inform him that he was being mistrusted or misinformed.
Your stupidity might be our greatest asset right now, Uther.
I look at you deadpan and go, it wasn't stupidity. I knew what I was doing from the get-go.
I'm gonna forget I heard that.
I want to talk to the king about this person. I've been hunting this person for the past 60 years.
Yeah. I'm just looking into the distance. I'm trying to think of a way to get around this possible zone of truth that's coming my way. Fuck.
I like seeing that no one is paying attention. I turn back to the guards. You don't have any like other crumpets, from the Feywild? Did they not respond? I guess they don't respond.
I think Evan's gone for a shit.
Oh wait, sorry, you talking to me?
Yeah,
he was.
I turned to the guards
Oh, sorry. I
and
missed
asked them if they have any like fancier crumpets than just bog standard crumpets.
They look at you, look at each other, look back at you, and shrug.
No, non people for words. What do you think of the whole scenario that's kind of going on at the minute?
Begging your pardon, sir, but I don't really think it's my place to say.
What do you mean? You obviously have an opinion.
My duty is to protect the king, the king's family, the king's house.
I see. But surely you have an opinion on protecting that.
That I do.
And what is this opinion?
I think it was a risky move letting you in, which is why we're keeping you under heavy surveillance.
You call this heavy?
Have you seen the hall?
Have you seen what we've done?
Yeah. Have you seen the hall?
But there's a window right here, and I point to the window.
You're welcome to try.
I shrug.
No, really.
this
You're
day-
welcome to try.
At this
I
stage,
take
I'm just
it
like,
looking
I,
for trouble.
I take a curious, like obviously curious peek out the window just to see why he's
It
insisting.
leads straight out the window down into the moat.
I
Can we throw him
have
out
a
there?
little chuckle at this and give just the soldier kind of a nod, like, nice.
He goes back to his completely stoic, emotionless expression on his face.
Do you ever see the ones that sit outside with the fancy hats? And you have to try and make them giggle because they're like, you stand there and you have to pull like faces and stuff at them? Do you reckon these guys do the same thing? Talking to the group.
While Uther's just like distracted, like talking and like playing up to the guards and whatever, I just like walk around his desk and I'm just like looking at the shelves and stuff, trying to see if I can see anything of interest.
I'm
Like
keeping my
anything that
hand
would
on Imitair's
help
head.
us. So I'm on the far side of his desk now, like
This is
looking
bullshit.
through his shelves, at all the books and stuff, and I like turn around and I'm looking at what's on his desk and trying to see if there's anything that I can pull information from.
As you
not
go
looking
like
too
towards the
suspicious.
back side of his desk, the other guard who's not being oogled by Uther says, "Hey, No going back there. You're welcome to look at the shelves, but nothing on the desk.
I can look at the shelves.
No. Slowly dragging back
just-
to my side.
While he says that, I turn back to the shelves and I just look at the books and I see one that's just like Realms of the Feywilds or something like something.
Oh no,
to do with
so
Feywilds.
the books in here are like business books. They're like ledgers
Right.
for the various orders he's done over the years. There's one that looks like a directory of all the guests that have come and gone over the last. Hard to say. It's not numbered from the spine of the book. You'd have to have a look and see. But it's all really house related administration work stuff by the looks of things.
Which
Okay.
town to the south, Evan, would have the biggest library?
Probably Brownfield or the capital. Both would have
Okay.
pretty good
I was going
libraries.
to tell Imiter, I will bring you to the biggest
Oh,
library in the capital.
Idoriel.
Idoriel?
Yeah.
Okay, I will bring you back to the biggest library in the capital if you don't steal anything. Okay?
Deal.
So the guard's just like so I just like turn back to look at like the like stems of the books. Just like looking basically off into nowhere.
So how many kids do you have, Mr. God?
Sir, I am 23 years old.
And?
And?
I'm a little too young for kids, don't you think?
Too young. You're never too young. It happens like, you sometimes you just fall into these scenarios. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, like visibly counting on his fingers and then going back around. Wait, no.
We're gonna
Was
be
that
here all
mine?
day.
Did I ever figure out if that one was mine?
This is when he rolls the 2d20.
And he goes back off into that puzzling stare.
Bit of
After
fish,
this,
that's what's happening inside your brain while you're thinking.
It's the clapping monkey.
No, the fish
as this time passes, Sorrel eventually does return with the robed individual from the front gate, the a mage-looking person.
Here we go.
Well, it seems I have secured you transport to the capital, to Dozen's Keep. This is Eglith. He will be your, I
Stupid
guess,
name, sorry.
transport. Eglith.
Egglet. I'm just thinking of like a really shit
he
Pokemon, like
doesn't-
an egg with legs, and I'm just done. Like,
He doesn't have a lisp, and it's Egglith, is it?
This is not Eglith.
Okay. No, I've run into a few of those people.
people with lisps.
Very specific.
People who
Egglets
say the
specific.
name. It's like right. I ran into this person. Who
Okay, this is a story
told
for
me
the
the
trip,
name
not for
was
the.
Jathan, right? And this,
Oh.
right? And I'm very bad at names, so I try to remember them. So I was like, Jathan.
Can I
That's
lean
a
over
very
and be like,
strange
"Agarthy,
name,
punch me?"
Jathan.
I'm literally
Right?
horizontal in my chair.
And he turned around, and what he said to me then was, "Oh my god, dude, that's such a thick move. My name is Jathan." He had a lisp. How was I supposed to know? He only said to me his name was Jason. Sorry, I get carried away on these stories.
Delightful tale. I would love for you to tell that at a dinner table sometime.
Maybe I should write books. I'm
Um,
not good at grammar.
Eglith, I believe, is ready to teleport you now. There is no circle at Dozen's Keep, so this is going to be quite taxing. This is a one-way trip. Are we understood?
Yes.
Kind of.
Very well.
I
Eglith, if you
assume
will.
it's not a trip that I'm used to. Right.
The robed individual, like a fully hairless man in his like probably late 40s, starts to do an incantation and pauses right at the end and looks to you all. Gather round, if you will.
Can I point and go, Bald? Bald!
It's like the
I,
mole, mole.
When I walk towards him, I take the cloak that I taken off out of my backpack and I like tear the sigil off the back of it and then I just put it on because it's just a blue cloak.
Yeah, fair. He finishes the spell with the clap of his hands, and in the blink of an eye, another teleport. Lots of teleporting, actually. I didn't expect it to be this much teleporting.
It's free.
Freehand.
It's
I
free real
suppose.
estate.
It's free real estate.
I mean,
To
one of
Dozen's Keep.
one of these times we're not gonna make the wrong decision immediately upon conflict.
Well, right now I gotta make sure if this wrong decision actually gets you there, because this is a bit of an
You
RNG
got to roll for
teleportation.
teleports.
I do. That is a 98. You are fine.
Nice. That's a pretty good.
We brought
roll.
the tea and crumpets with us.
Yeah, you both.
I
you
have
fill
I
a
have the
handful.
teacup. I didn't put the teacup down.
Holding it with the pinky up this whole time.
Absolutely.
Can you get spliced like in Harry Potter?
No, but wait, you can get spliced in Harry Potter?
Yeah, when
Yeah.
they do the teleportation, they can get spliced. They can like,
Yeah,
lose a limb and
if you
stuff. It
fuck-
happens to Ron in
Yeah.
the 7th one where he gets the inner bicep has disappeared because Harry has to do it and he's not good at it.
Oh, I forgot about
No, that's
that.
because
Yeah.
someone like messes with him as he's trying to get away.
It's
isn't it?
Harry trying to concentrate, and when he does the first teleport, he does it wrong, and then Hermione has to take over. But because they were both trying to do it, they split directions and then end up splitting Ron at one point. And then when they brought him back, he was missing part of his bicep.
Nasty. So splicing is not necessarily possible in D&D, but wrong locations are. And
Okay.
they can be, depending on the distance, quite significant. It can be up to the distance you traveled away from the actual goal. So if you travel to the other side of the globe with the teleport and you had a mishap, you could end up literally anywhere in the world, including
in the
deep
middle
under the
of the
sea.
ocean.
Yeah,
Yep.
potentially. But
Actually, quick question
anywhere with
before we
it.
go on to more story: who can swim?
Me.
We all can swim, just not very well.
Oh wait,
I'm
in game.
just wondering if we ever have to dive into water. Who do I have to grab? Like, no, in game, obviously, you fuck.
So I kind of.
Like, I'm a lifeguard out of game, but like in game, I'm not. I'm a dragon. It's
Same.
fucking heavy as shit.
I have a lifeguard.
I'll CPR Uther though,
Can we
Just
not?
just to breathe lightning down his fucking throat.
While on your wings.
So, either way, the teleportation is a success, and you guys arrive in what looks like a courtyard of a fortress. Is the only thing it can be described as. It is lightly manned at the moment, but it looks like preparations are being made towards the front of it as you turn around, and you see this ginormous portcullis. This time, instead of like the hardened wood of Castle Blackkeep, this is a solid steel or iron one that is just several inches thick and wide. Nothing's going to breach through that unless it's probably breathing fire. There is about 30 guards within sight that react to your arrival, but once they see Eglith, they react, or they relax a little bit in reaction, and sort of trust that he is not just bringing insurgents into the middle of Dozen's Keep. One individual does approach, that is wearing a one of the golden capes, so a commander or a general of some description in the Dorn military. He looks at Eglith and says, "Eglith, what is the meaning of this?" And Eglith says, "These here are by order of Sorrel Wrightsworth to have an audience with the king upon his arrival this evening. If we could have space provided for that." The general looks and says, "If that's the case, I'm not one to disagree. We'll have a meeting room prepared in the keep. Can I ask what the nature of this meeting is about?" He looks to all of you.
We wish to discuss what was going on. We intend to potentially
the
help
bottom
with
of
the
this.
endeavor.
Yes, word of the rebellion has reached us, but wonder what you have to do with it. Either way, it's none of my business, although I will probably be at the meeting. Make yourselves at home for the moment. Stay away from the walls. Don't touch anything that looks sharp or mechanical, and go easy on the food. We do only have enough for several years of being kept up in here.
Oh, no, I'm not allowed. Sorry, no, nothing.
He usher us forward as a group and just bring us to where we need to go.
All right. There are dorms upon dorms upon dorms available inside the sort of central keep building. Beds, little like lockers to keep personal belongings. It is a well-equipped place, but you guys are at this stage. What is it? It's probably approaching afternoon. There is a little bit of a wait before the king arrives. So, if there's anything anyone would like to do, now's a good time to do it.
Is there a library?
No, you're
There
in
is no
there.
library.
You're coming with me. Everyone in here now. We need to talk about this. Gather
Fine.
everyone in the room and just go. If they put us under a zone of truth, how are we getting out of this?
Well,
We
you
have to.
tell the truth. The truth is pretty much the truth and accurately the truth.
There's
It's only
ways
if they ask
around
the
it.
correct- It's only when they ask the
There-
right questions.
It's
It
not
doesn't mean
necessarily
you
only if
can't
they ask the
lie.
right questions. If you, yes, you can't lie. If
But
you
could dodge the
phrase your
question.
exactly.
You could also
Illithor's
not
got it.
respond.
This is true, but not responding is
And
not
if
a good
if you
idea.
roll a saving throw, you can lie.
But they know
they'll
if
know.
you they know
Yeah.
if the effect does not take effect on you. The other thing, we can just quite literally ask him for it.
The key to the secret place that we shouldn't know about that holds an artifact that we don't know quite what it does, but it could bring the doom of the capital.
This is true.
Well,
which
he
has
did
probably
say
been
that,
handed
like,
down from king to king in the basic context of do not give to demon, demon break thing.
Well, to be honest, he did
Not
say that
necessarily.
like either he gives, we get the artifact and we give it to him, or he's just gonna come here himself and kill him anyway, along with like the rest of
but
the
it will
gang.
always be
we're
the
not
king's
going
response.
to kill him. That's the goal here. We can tell
We only
him,
want the
look,
key.
to be honest, we don't want to kill you. We like you. You're a good guy. You do good things. Right? The other side of the argument here is if we turn around and kind of just tell him, look, we don't want you to die. We know you're the rightful heir. We do know that. Your man Bartholomew decided that that information was pertinent to us. And we can just tell them that, look, we know you're the rightful heir. We know you don't age and you have dragon blood or whatever it was called. I forget, to be honest with you. It's all like a sieve up there at the minute. There's so much information going around. I forgot what I was talking about.
So, we're
That-
gonna
that
try
brought
and
us nothing.
persuade him. So, are we gonna try to persuade him to give us the key? Because I don't think he's just going to hand it over. Even if we try to promise to protect him and keep him safe or whatever, he's never going to part ways with that key without.
Not
without us
necessarily.
having some sort of force.
I
Not
vote
necessarily.
I suggest we apologize for the confusion. We offer to fix the situation. We earn his trust, and then we steal the key.
We've
Evan.
also got to remember, like, we
Mhm.
can't.
Would
With
I
the
know
oath
if
thing-
discussing what Barthol is going to do with said device, horn, cornucopium, whatever it was called again, would that be breaking the blood oath?
That's my
Nothing you
question.
said implied it had to be secretive, but making it harder for yourselves is a grey area, and it does depend on the nature of what it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could just say like, look, you just lose Zingoth. It was a piece of shit area anyway.
I don't think that's a good idea because he could. If we basically say that we're under a blood oath to
Listen,
get the key, he's
the
just gonna go.
only-
Oh, you just have made.
You,
you
sir,
just
think
made
of
a
your
deal with the devil."
214 children.
listen. He either dies, we take the key, we get out. We die, the key gets taken off him anyway, and he dies. Or he gives us the key, he lives on as king, and he just loses a bit of land.
Which is already being taken by the other guy anyway.
Is there any
Yes.
way
He
to
has all
cleanse
the-
yourself of a blood oath?
No.
Well, that's good.
Especially probably not
not that I'm
considering that
aware
guy.
of.
was
Not that
mentioned
we
as
have
well.
access to or have the gold capacity for.
Does everyone else
It's
think
kind of
that
like
the best... Oh, go on, Evan.
you think of every blood oath as like a new disease. There's probably a cure out there somewhere, but
I'm immune to
the odds of
disease.
you finding it in your lifetime are minuscule. And
Well,
besides
to be
that,
honest-
the only other way is to get the person who put it on you to revoke it.
I was gonna say, keep
unlikely
in mind that
unless
this
we
is
have the thing.
keep in mind this is a blood oath, not just tied to any normal human being. This is a demon, so
Yeah.
Looking
I
to
don't think it's
create
gonna
the
be
10th
without-
layer of hell.
yeah. Without
That's a
going
serious
to
thing.
without going to a layer of hell, I don't think we're gonna find a cure.
Well, I'm branded. I'm different.
I would
still
argue
under the
yours
same
is
curse.
worse.
Oh, 100%. But I have other oaths that conflict, so I'm stuck in the middle. But can we all agree the best way forward is to try and persuade the
Clowns to the
king
left of
to
me,
give us the key?
jokers to the right. Here I am,
I
stuck
think
in the middle. with
Earn
you.
his trust so he allows himself to be alone with us after we resolve the trouble in Doran, helping him.
He hasn't been in
And
good
then-
health though. Like he could very easily retire to his chambers and not come out for months. We don't have the ability to just sit here and wait for months because it'd be really boring for the story. But
The question is, say for example, it's either we try and steal it from him by earning his trust, or by forcefully taking it, in which case you're going to have to go through a potentially incredibly difficult encounter.
I think persuading him first, and if it comes down to it, we start swinging.
That's gonna.
I
Just looking
agree.
at Evan's camera is
I
like what
agree.
I imagine his face at right now, just smiling at how crazy.
Look at how stupid these fuckers are. What are the... We could persuade him to give us the key. Once we hand the demon the key, our blood oath is rescinded, correct?
No.
No, it's the artifact he
No, we
wants.
have to get the artifact.
We have to get the artifact.
So even
Yeah.
even once we get the key,
That'd be a very
We have to go
cheap
back
story.
to
a lot of ways.
Doran, and we have to go
We have to go back to
underneath
Doran.
Doran.
yeah.
Yes, but getting back to Doran is a 2-day travel. Once you're outside
What
of
if-
the keep, it's fine. Then we have to get back into Castle Blackkeep, which then also involves
Eglet.
No, not Eglet.
Eglet was the person that teleported us.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
Yeah,
we
but
wouldn't get
well,
back
if
into
we
that.
if we steal the key and kill and then try and kill our way out of here, he's not exactly going to be very intent on teleporting us back, is he?
And,
What if
and
we,
he's gonna know
It was
exactly
also a
where
one-way
we're going.
travel. We don't have access to that. Put it that way.
Yeah, we have to go to Doran manually.
We also have to
Yeah.
try and stop any messages going from Dotan's Keep to Doran.
Not necessarily. If we get the king to agree,
I'm
that it
thinking
is
a worst
perfect-
case scenario now. So, like, if we get the king to give us the key and allow us back into Doran to go get the artifact and bring it to make the 10th level of hell, brilliant. Easy. Done. Great. We get some gold. I go buy land. I never have to see you fuckers again.
That's
But-
a bit rude. I'd like to see you at least once a year.
Oh, we'll have Thanksgiving.
What's
I'll
that?
bring you over. It's a thing that we do in the tribe where we kill loads of things and then eat them all.
Oh, yeah.
But it's
I'm
not
perfectly
humans.
fine with
but
that.
you'll
sounds
find
great.
a human on the way, so you can bring that. Just leave it at the other end of the table. If
But I
that's
like
fair.
to
Or don't tell
share.
anyone.
If you like to share, that's fine. You can share it with the other people. We'll have a party. You can make finger food out of fingers.
Ooh, I haven't thought of that one. Pulls out a little notebook and starts writing it down.
The recipes and mango chutney.
Yeah, basically trying to figure out how would I get this to work.
But if worst case comes and we have to kill the king, we have to stop messages going to Doran so we can try enter Doran under the guise that the king gave us the key.
We don't even have to tell them why we're there, though.
They'll ask questions. You know they will.
We could try
Yeah.
sneaking.
Sneak is not the strongest suit for at least two of us.
There's 3 of us that could potentially use the other 3 as a distraction to sneak in.
I have
Yes,
+6 on
but
stealth.
splitting a party is literally the worst thing you can ever do.
This is correct.
But we put that on the marker. That's one thing we can do. If it comes down to
We
it,
could
can.
always ask for a bag of holding. How long could you hold your breath?
That is not comfortable. Not comfortable.
What? Are you not comfortable getting into a bag of holding with me?
If you're holding the bag, no, because I could very easily be turned
Oh,
out into
no,
a
no, no,
cauldron
I'd-
and eaten.
I'd be inside with you.
Moving on, briefly. Is it possible for a
No
dragon to blush?
No,
tails
to be
start
perfectly
smelling
honest,
up
it's
here.
like vibrational or something. I don't know.
Smoke
To be
comes out the
perfectly
side of an out.
honest, our best way of getting into this from someone who has a bit of a shady past, but I didn't tell you that, would be to just tell the truth. And then if he doesn't like the truth, we make him like the truth, and then we do our job.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Like,
Persuasion
it's a bit
first.
shit, but there's not a lot we can do about it.
That's literally been Cornucopium's entire thing. It's all been a bit shit.
Yeah,
But we're
it's all
here.
just been, hey, you guys are assholes. But why are we assholes? You guys are assholes. Okay, I'm an asshole.
Yeah, we have a bit
You
of
know
time
I
before
am
the
an
king
asshole.
arrives. Everyone go and do whatever they want. Illithor, you go find all of the best escape routes for us if shit goes south. Bring Valwara with you.
Get out of here. That's an interesting one. Yeah, I go. And,
Illithor looks for ways to get out. This is his
Yeah.
This is his one.
Forte.
Forte, that's the word. I'm gonna go with Imiter to make sure he doesn't steal too much stuff. And Valwara, you go with Illithor and mark out exits for us if we need to escape. Try to find a stable so we can find some horses. Find 2 bigger horses if possible. Because 2 of us are quite large.
Evan?
What you say?
I guess I'm doing.
Are we just in a bedroom or what?
Then.
Yeah. A dorm.
You're in like a there's like 40 beds in this bedroom, but yeah.
Okay.
And we're free to leave, yeah?
Not the keep. You're free to wander around though.
Is there like a training area?
Oh yeah. Well, not necessarily a training area, but there's like a courtyard with people training in it.
Is there like dummies or something? Or could I ask someone to train with?
You could definitely ask someone to train with, yeah.
Could I beat the shit out of them with my chains, please?
You absolutely can.
Trying to
If
learn.
anyone is dumb enough to accept a challenge from a man wielding chain weapons, they kind of deserve to have their ass handed to them.
We get, like-
still trying to learn and progress with these weapons and make them stronger. You know, like learn the maneuvers and getting around them, and
I'm gonna go
you know
to
the
the
way
library.
you can't pick up nunchucks. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go to the library with Imiter and try look up information about how to make the 10th layer of hell, and if I can pinpoint the exact demon we're dealing with.
I guess I'm gonna do a.
Can I try and steal some more books
perception
then while
check.
he's doing that?
Yep, both are possible.
See if I actually find a way out or find any potential
Wait,
strategies.
sorry, I'm dumb. There is no library here. There's no library here.
Shit.
What?
It's the keep. It's as purely.
It's
Can I
like
talk
a
to the
military
mage to see if
style.
he knows anything?
You can talk to the mage, yeah. What do you want to ask him?
I just want to know if he knows anything about the demon that wants to make a 10th layer to hell.
I imagine it's probably a devil looking to make it layer to hell. Very, very different deal from a demon. But I haven't heard of the concept. I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay.
I mean, to do that would be to undermine the king of the hells, which is Asmodeus. Which doesn't seem like a wise idea. That individual has not been questioned since, well, the calamity.
And Asmodeus was a big part of the calamity?
He was one of the ringleaders of the betrayer gods.
Yeah, but do you want to send me like a quick little note on what the calamity is at some stage?
Yeah, can do.
I can
Do I have
give
to roll
you
a history
pretty
for it?
I feel
You
like
can roll
my
history.
character. I feel like my character probably could give you a pretty decent history.
You're with me. Why didn't you just tell me? Fuck.
He can't speak.
I can't speak.
Can you
Point
speak?
at the book.
Can you speak celestial to me?
No.
You whisper sweet fucking angelic tones in my ear.
You would
I
know
can
a bit
whisper
about the
deep
calamity.
speech
Kyra.
into
Make
your
us a
ear if you
history
want to
check.
hear that.
History check. Okay.
Yeah.
Just point a book at him and go, "It's over here."
That is a hefty no on that one.
Yeah, I mean, you'd know about as much as kids would learn in school, which is that once upon a time
bad.
there was this utopian society with flying cities. Someone delved into magic they probably shouldn't have, or something. A rift opened and loads of ancient creatures that were locked away crawled out, such as demons and devils. And Asmodeus was one of the ringleaders alongside one called Tharizdun. Oh no, sorry, actually not Tharizdun. Tharizdun was not a part of the calamity. Alongside Vecna, Gothrog,
Is Vecna from Stranger
all of
Things?
the demon lords. Well, Vecna is from D&D, but Stranger Things used Vecna.
I feel like this is a point for you where it's sore.
It is a little bit sore.
They didn't do a great portrayal of. I haven't seen it, but
They did Vecna dirty.
So Vecna in D&D.
Vecna is a
that looks
great
cool.
character. I love
Vecna in
Vecna.
D&D is like one of the iconic bad guys.
Like you talk about making deals with devils. I like to make deals with Vecnas.
He is speaking from experience.
I'm speaking from nearly losing my whole last character.
Yeah.
Vecna looks cool in D&D. Doesn't look as cool in Strange Things.
Hence why they did them dirty.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks more terrifying in its simplicity.
I suppose, yeah.
Like a simple horror, I think, is just as scary as like the most detailed, super realistic monster. Like
yeah,
what's the
Vecna
one?
is the god, the actual god of the undead and liches. So they are
What's that Cthulhu fucker?
like Cthulhu.
No, it's the other one. It's the wandering fucking. It's like this eyeball that flies around.
Oh, Xanathar.
No, it's like a
No,
mind
no,
flayer
no.
or something.
Oh no,
No.
mind flayers don't look like what they do in that.
I have the Beholder.
Eye of the Beholder. That thing's
Yeah,
fucking
but-
cool as shit,
Yeah,
man.
Xanathar.
Beholders are in D&D. So Xanathar is a particular beholder.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's such
no,
a simple
Xanathar.
concept. It's just good soup.
Tis good soup.
But yeah, anyway, the rest of the characters are doing things. I'm done, and I'm guessing after this we're done for the night anyway.
Yeah, we closing up in a minute. Oh, whoops.
I guess I'm doing a perception check for escape paths, stable
Investigation.
investigation.
Yep.
I'm with you as well, so I can roll it too.
Oh, that's okay.
15.
Investigation. Yeah, I didn't see anything. Why?
Illithor, you know a little bit about how keeps are supposed to be designed. There's always the one proper entrance and generally one main exit that's like a one-way exit of some description, like descending down a mountainside or something like that. And sometimes there's a secret exit for if it's a losing battle and escape is not an option. Maybe a royal family member or two can escape through the secret exit. You find the main exit. So Dozen's Keep is built into the side of a mountain. There is a main exit which leads it's a tunnel towards the back of the keep that leads through the mountains and into the Tryon region. No sign of any secret entrance or any secret exit.
Interesting.
But the you can see by just the quick glance at the path out the back, it is a very steep downhill cavern to start with, and then a tough climb upwards that looks like it would be nearly impossible to descend. So, like two modes of traversing towards this that are both nearly impossible, make it very much a one-way corridor. And definitely not for elderly or very young children. Both would suffer or would struggle, even just exiting this way.
Didn't the king have some trouble then?
King's a
No,
little
yet.
more agile than he might look. But he also probably has the secret secret exit.
I would say if like there's going to be a secret entrance, it'd probably be in like where the king would go in this area.
Yep, pretty much.
So he wouldn't.
But yeah, as the day continues on, eventually there is a horn that sounds throughout Dozen's Keep, a deep, deep guttural blow, as it reverberates around, signifying the approach of the king, and you hear the gears of the portcullis opening, a much, much clunkier chunk, 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 chunk sound as the metal gate is opened as the king approaches. And that is where we will leave it for this week.
Coolio.
GG's.
GG's indeed. You guys went on fucking world tour.
It was great.
Made a deal with a demon. And then
We
once
were a
you-
boy band for a bit. Going on a world tour?
I'm
Anybody?
sensing
Okay.
like I'm in the minority on every decision we've made so far.
Your character just wants to stay alive, bro, and that don't happen.
We
That
were a
don't
touring
happen.
band. Would we be Sheryl Crow and the Misfits?
Oh god.
Cornucopium.
Sheryl Crow
Metal
and the
band.
Cornucopia.
Cornucopium. We tear off bat heads and spit them out.
No, you swallow
I do. I always swallow.
it. Is there anything else we need to do, or are we good for the night?
I think we're good.
I think we're all good, genties. I am gonna hit the bed because I'm up in about 6 hours.
Nice.
Fair. I'll go do an outro and we'll leave it at that. So I'll be
Sounds
back
like
in
a
2.
plan. Thanks very much.
Possible
See you
See
next
y'all
week,
next
indeed.
week. Yeah, sorry, I have to mute everything while that ends. It's all in one. Timek is streaming, so we'll go raid Timek. He's one of the NATIVZ lads. Show him some love. He's signed to my thing, so go show him some love. He's one of the boys.